And I'll do an intro. So we are recording. It says we're recording up there. Yo, what's up, everybody? And welcome to another installment of my podcast, which I have been original and just named the Adam Ivell Podcast. Couldn't think of anything fun, so we're just going to go with my name so it's easy to find. Today, I have a very special guest. He was one of the guys I knew I wanted to get on here from the get-go. As soon as I knew I was going to be doing this, he's one of my good friends over in Florida, and I thought he would be awesome to have as a big conversation on here. I want to introduce to everybody my friend, Zosh. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, baby? What's good? What's good?
So glad we managed to get you on here so early on in this
baby,
lifespan,
yes.
man. It's so sick, dude. So for anybody that may not know who the wonderful Zoshage, please take the floor and introduce yourself with your brand fantastic new teeth as well. Look at those bad boys.
Yeah! Oh, what's up, guys? My name is Percy Mescudi, but everybody know me as Zosh on YouTube. I'm a 24-year-old South Florida Honda enthusiast. I've been creating YouTube content for over 10 years now. Started with comedy stuff, then I got my first car my last year of high school, and then I started making car videos, and then here I am at 240,000 subscribers later on YouTube, and I have a K24 Integra track car I've been working on for the past, 6 years now. I've been K-Swap for a year and a half, almost 2. I have a DC5 RSX Type S over here in the States. And yeah, that's just, I know they're just both, one's a daily, one's a track cars, street, they're both like street cars or whatever, but like one's more or less built for a daily, one's built for like some autocross, some time attack, hopefully some grid life stuff later. And yeah, that's just what I do, man. It's just what I do. Cars and comedy is like everything to me. I love laughter. My passion in life is actually comedy, and I just found out that I can turn a hobby into like a passion of sorts, where like cars are just a hobby. Now it's like sort of like a career thing for me. Now I'm known now for cars instead of the comedy, but like I'm mixing both together. Now it's just like it's blooming and it's blossoming perfectly.
Well,
so that's me.
That is one of the reasons why I really wanted to get us together, because I think this is why we get on so well, because comedy is my passion and then cars are also my passion. So I think we kind of bonded over that. But how did we first meet? It was Mark at Honda Street Garage, I think, kind of put us in touch with each other, because I'm a Florida resident as well as yourself.
Yes.
And he was like, you need to check out this guy called Zosh. I think you two will get on really well. So I added you on some stuff, and I was like, yo, can I come down and do a video? And you were like, hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, bro, come on.
And
it's been like 3 years now, man.
I know, it's cool, man. And we've hung out a few times, and you let me drive your Integra without the passenger seat in, and we went past the cop way too fast. You know, I made that joke. I guess it definitely was a joke, and I think you laughed because you know it was a joke as well. But you know, it's like it kind of almost goes like on what's going on in America with all the Black Lives Matter stuff about the police joke. You know, you're like, oh shit, this cops. So I was like, well, I think I'm gonna be okay if we get pulled over. But and it was just like a joke. But now when I look back, I'm like, oh my god, if we'd actually got pulled over, that could have become a serious thing. Like,
yeah, man, it's like. And it's crazy enough because, like, okay, so a couple videos ago, right, I made a video. I was like, now let's, now in my vlogs, like, instead of it's always car stuff, it's like funny life stuff too. Mm-hmm. So I shot like a little scenario skit where like I'm dancing in my friend's garage, is dancing, and then the next scene, I'm like on the floor with my handcuffs, like, yo, get off me, get off me. And then I'm back to dancing again. And then my friend was like, nah, don't do that. And I was like, why? And I started dancing again. And like, so like the black community, right? There's like 3 black guys that DM me. Was like, hey man, I don't appreciate you doing that. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? And he was like, you're making fun of the guy. You're making fun of George Floyd. I'm like, dude, I was laying down with my hands cuffed. I didn't have like somebody on my neck or anything. I'm like, you're reaching way too far. I've been doing shit like this for the past like 7 years. So these fucking nitwits, I don't even care. They try to reach out to all of my sponsors and like, hey, this is what kind of guys you sponsor, blah blah. And my sponsor's like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, bro, because like my relationships with every sponsor I have is like personal. Like they know who I am. Mm-hmm. I've flown out places with these people. I talk to these people face to face. Like we're like all great friends. And I'm like, he's like, I guess this guy's like new to your channel. I'm like, I guess. I'm like, I don't ever do anything out of like, out of like spite towards my own community. Like, I'm fucking black. Why would I be like, why would I, You know, so like it was just so funny how like my own kind was trying to ruin me, and then the guy was like, this guy made a whole Instagram so like, don't support Zosh, he's a fucking coon, blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro.
Jesus.
So I messaged him. I'm like, bro, is everything okay at home? Like, why are you so upset? And he was like, wow, so this is how I get you to respond to me? I'm like, you literally tagged me in the post. What are you like? What the?
Well, this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time because I remember a little while ago on Twitter that girl that was going for you. Do you remember? Was it because you let your girlfriend at the time say the N-word or something?
Yes, dude. Oh my God. Okay, so years ago when I was with my first real adult relationship girlfriend. She's Armenian and Lebanese, so she's Middle Eastern, and we did a satire comedy video where it was like, how is it? No, what's it like to date a black guy? And then she was like saying all this stereotypical black stuff, and then it was a comedy video because back in the day I was making comedy videos along with car videos, and this was strictly a satire comedy video, and Black Twitter went. Damn, dude.
Dude, I know what they tried to get me involved.
Yeah.
They tried to drag me into it. I was like, oh my God, now I'm fucking panicking. Like, I'm just like a little white English boy from the countryside. Now I'm being dragged into all this shit. I was just supporting my friend saying I don't know what. I thought it was a funny video. I was like, it was obviously comedy. Like,
it was so hilarious. And like I had people with blue check marks retweeting me. It's like, get out the sunken zone. You need to know you need to know your worth, king. You're letting this white woman wash you. I'm like, first off, she's Armenian. She just looks white, but she's definitely Middle Eastern. It was just so funny. Like I was just having the time. That was like one of the most viral times I've ever went by. I was on World Star.
No way.
Like, dude, it was crazy. It was like, black guy let white girlfriend call him the N-word. I'm like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. It was just, dude, it was so crazy, bro.
Oh my God,
it was nuts, dude. It was nuts.
Oh my God. So,
my God.
For any of my audience that does not know who Zosh is, you have to check out his channel. He's been a great friend to me, like over the last 3 years since we really met.
Yeah, 3 years, man.
We've hung out a lot, and like whenever I come to Florida, I make a point of coming down to you because I think it's worth the trip because it's really fun. Like,
yeah,
really fun.
We always have a good time.
So, you said you started off with comedy. What is your current channel about? Like, what is your kind of vibe for it? Like, because I can see I've got it up here. Obviously, I've watched some of your videos anyway, but like I can see that you're currently focusing mainly on the DC2.
Yeah, like okay, so for this past. After like a couple months ago, I was in like this bad spot. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do with like my YouTube thing. I was like, man, what do I want to do? Like, yeah, the Integra's cool. The RSX needs parts. I'm waiting on stuff to come in for the RSX and stuff. Yada yada yada. But now I just got to this spot where I was like stagnant and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, if I focus more on the Integra, get parts for it, then I can like start taking this track stuff very seriously. And I've been watching a bunch of Grid Life videos, Time Attack, World Time Attack. I've been watching all these people. I've been following all these people on Instagram, getting advice from Jackie Dean, and then James Houghton, the Canada Type R dude. Like he's been like talking to me, guiding me. Like it's been so cool that like I started like talking to these people who's like huge inspirations to me. So I just been focusing all on the Integra. I got Unit 2 baffled oil pan. I got what else I got? I can't even remember. I redid all the suspension components, a brick brake kit, put some T37s on it, suspension upgrades, steering upgrades, seating upgrades, shifter upgrades. I rebuilt the transmission. I did like all this stuff just to get the car ready for Time Attack. Not Time Attack, baby steps. So autocross, then road course. And then once the money is like really looking good for me with all the content from all these autocross track days and these road course track days, then I can be able to fund my first, event either at, Mid Ohio or Road Atlanta or Circuit of the Americas in Texas for just, Time Attack stuff, just like getting my car on the track and then I've just been putting all my focus into that. So my videos so far on the YouTube, I've just been like getting the car dialed and ready for my first ever event of just driving my car on the track that's other than the street.
Mhm.
And then aside from that, I've just been making like vlogs. Like I've been really wanting to put my life back in the camera where it's like, this is what I do day to day. It's not always exciting. It's not always, you know, boring. It's just my daily life. You can get an insight of who I am as a person. And just like know me better as a creator rather than the guy who just have these cars and just make strictly car videos. So that's been my channel for the past like couple of months now, and it's been good. People have been loving it. I don't really care much about the views now because like I've been seeing the way I title a video. It doesn't matter. Like I don't even care how I title a video now. It's like the people who's gonna watch me is gonna watch me just for me, and I love that. It's like it's me starting all over again by like not trying to title this video to get this amount of views or traffic. It's just been like I've been free. Like I let this chain off, and I just been free with like posting content and not giving a fuck about what, you know, the comments may be. And it's just been beautiful, man. It's been beautiful.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear that because, man. I mean, I can speak as well on this subject because sometimes on these podcasts I can't talk on the subject because if I've got like, obviously I've got plans to be like a professional mountain bike rider and a fighter coming on. And I only know I don't ride mountain biking and I do MMA at a very basic level. So I can't talk knowledgeably about that. But YouTube and car YouTube, I feel like after nearly 7 years of doing it, I have a right to talk about that in knowledge. I know how frustrating it can be and how, what's the word? Discouraging it can be.
Yeah,
like
very discouraging. When
you see people that might just pop up and all of a sudden their channel explodes. You're like, I've been doing this for 7 years. Where the fuck is my break? You know, like where the fuck is my break? You know, like that's kind of like, but I almost feel like we've been living a parallel life where we've been feeling the same thing without even noticing because recently I'm the same. I've just gone, I don't care anymore. I'm not chasing the views anymore. If I get 5,000 views a video, I get 5,000 views. But as long as the 5,000 people that watch it enjoy it, and I had fun making
that's
it,
all that matters.
And it's a win. Because
it's a win.
I could make a video that I hated making, and the audience hates, but it could get 200,000 views. And it's like, well, all right, that one looks like it's been successful, but it's only successful because everyone fucking hates it and wants me to die. So, like, is that really worth it? You know, like, everyone's wishing cancer on me and shit, and, like, you know, hoping my dog dies and stuff. And I'm like, oh, my God, dude. Like, it was only a joke. Like, you know, it's just a joke, dude.
People are dude, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, I never knew how, like, people's lives really are when it comes to like, because like you have an option to either spew a bunch of negativity to this person or you could just not say anything, leave it just like and just keep it moving. But people, they have to let you know how they feel.
Dude, like, I'm gonna read you the last. Man. Let me go on to my YouTube creator app right now. Okay, I'm gonna refresh it on the screen now for everybody to see. I'm gonna go down and the first two comments are from VTech Squad, and it says shit, and then Marky Vlogs gay. So that's just I've just opened it up and refreshed that, and they're the two comments that I get to greet myself whenever I open that app at the minute. But I just laugh because it's funny.
Oh my God!
But I think with your channel, how have you know now you found this free, and but before that, how were you feeling? Like was it discouraging? Like where were you at with that? Like
oh yeah, man, like. Dude, someone asked me, like, I did a Q&A on, like, Instagram not too long ago. And people was like, yo, man, do you ever want to quit? I'm like, every day. Like, because I'm so passionate about my craft. So, like, if I'm spending hours of editing this one clip to make it, like, so badass where it's, like, you only see it for, like, 8 seconds. And then somebody's like, this video fucking sucked. Like, oh, my favorite. You're falling off, bro. Like, your content is not as good as it used to be, bro. I'm like, who the fuck? I get so mad. I'm like, bro, you have no idea how I went back to watch my old videos from 2015, 2014 till now. And I'm like, I've literally affected my craft from then. Like, it's still the same vibes. You still get the same Zosh vibes. You're going to laugh in the first minute and a half. I'm going to say something stupid. And you're going to be like, this guy is fucking cool. He's funny. And then like the rest of the video is like you don't click off. Like you click it and you're like, okay, let's see what Zosh does. He's always doing something stupid. And like I make sure every video of mine, I go with the headspace of like, okay, if somebody who does not know who I am, like if any of your viewers that watch this go to my channel and they watch any of the first videos that I posted, or like any video that they see that says Zosh or whatever, and they watch it, they're gonna get a good experience out of it. Because I make sure each video is like, I curate it. So like if anyone ever were to click on one of my videos, it's gonna be like a refreshing feeling, like, oh wow, this guy's pretty funny, oh this guy's pretty cool. And like, man, like when I used to care about what people would say, like I would try to like put their feelings over mine and create content that this one specific person, like it could be 90 people saying, yo, this video was awesome, and then the other 10 people like, oh, you could have did this better, or you could have did this better, oh, you blah, 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 like trying to offer criticism. But it's like, you can't critique what you don't do. How can you offer criticism on something you have no experience doing? And I was like, what the fuck is going wrong with, why am I listening to this person when I have 90 people like, we fucking love you, bro, like you're this and you're that. I'm like, these 10 people, oh, he could have made this better, or he could have said this in a funnier way. I'm like, and once I realized that like these people in a sense don't matter when it comes to how I create my content, then I'm good, I'm free. And ever since I did that, I've been getting more positive comments, still with like the hate and all that stuff. But it's weird because like all my comments will be hella positive, but then I have a shit ton of dislikes, but no negative comments. I'm like, what the? So I guess like it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. But like, it's great that like if I do click on like the creator app and I look at my comments, it's like, oh man, this was a great video. Like, we love you, bro. Like, keep it up, keep up the great work, great content and stuff. Then I'm like, I click on like my likes and dislikes. I'm like, where the fuck are these 60 people? Why are they commenting? Like, it's just so. It's like, oh, it is what it is, bro. Like at the end of the day, they watched it. They might not like it, but they watched it. It is what it is.
I really like one of the things you just said is, how can you comment if you don't do it? You know, like how can you be negative or something like that? Because obviously you saw, as you said before we recorded this, the hate I've been getting through like the official H-Day page and the Honda Pro Jason page sharing my ute. And the absolute amount of negativity. And I actually went through it, and I was going to do a podcast on this and record it all, but my system actually failed recording it all because I had like an issue with it. Like, so it didn't record it and it corrupted the file. And I'm glad it did now, because I'm not going to lie. I become what I don't like, and I was just horrible. You know, I was just like, you know what, fuck it. If these guys are going to comment on my car, let me comment on theirs. And for an hour straight, I just ripped the fuck out of these dudes. Like, it was, and I still will if they, you know, I'm happy to confront them about it, because like, I feel like if I click on their profile and they'd built an insane car, like, I'd be like, okay, I'll message this guy and be like, hey dude, I see you've built this. Like, can I get some advice on how I can do that? And like, there is a guy called Beers for Boost that had built a Civic sedan into a truck, and he commented on it going, I don't understand why you're getting all this hate. Like, when I did it, everyone loved it. And like, if you need any help, message me. And I was like, I followed him and I was like, fucking right, I'm going to message you. You know what you're doing. But then some guy commented on it earlier, just fucking giving me shit. And I clicked on his profile and he had a standard Jag X-Type. I was like, the fuck is this dude? I'm trying to make a whole custom car with no idea what I'm doing over here. And this guy with a standard Jag X-Type, it's a Ford Mondeo with a body kit, by the way, just fucking giving me shit. I was like, no. And then there was another guy saying how I'd ruined this car and how it looked better before. And I clicked on his profile and he had a CRX that he'd cut up. And I was like, how the fuck can you fucking say I cut up a bag of shit Civic Coupe, dude, not a CRX?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Whatever.
I've
like,
seen those comments,
and
man.
I just laughed. Like, and they were like, "Oh, you're getting salty." I'm like, "No, I'm just being witty and funny in my replies. Like, I'm giving you shit in a funny way, and that's that. And I'm not salty. Like, I don't care. This isn't one of my main projects. This is just a bit of fun to me.
Yeah.
You know? This is genuinely just like, let's cut off a roof. Let's see what happens. You know, like, let's see what happens. It's funny.
And it's like, why even like, okay, like when like, okay, in that sense, where it's like, oh, you're being salty about it. Well, obviously, like, cause like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
you're ripping me apart.
Like, I don't go on y'all profiles and be like, so some guy, right? I had, when I put my blue valve cover on my car, this guy's like, ew, bro, this does not look good. So I go on his profile. This motherfucker has neochrome everything. I'm like, what are you, a fucking rainbow? Like, you're driving down the street looking like a rainbow, and you're mad at my car that's fucking has all these quality parts, but has a blue valve. Get the fuck out of, bro. People don't understand. Like, at the end of the day, I'm one of y'all. I don't care about my platform. I got this far because of how open I am. Like when this one kid, his name is Coda 5610. These YouTube.
I know who he is. He used to give me so much shit. I know who he is.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, so he's
a white Civic hatch. I know who he is.
Yeah. So he got his fucking car stolen, right? And I was like, see what happens when karma comes and bites you in the ass? You talk all that shit. This fucker goes messaging all my sponsors like, oh, this is the guy you like to sponsor? And my sponsors are like, who the fuck is this kid? I'm like, look, this is you know the kind of kid this is? Go look at his comments. And he's like, oh, so he talks. It's like, oh, fucking Zosh's car. So he's like, he could have been like, I'm like, dude, that's why your car got stolen, you fuckface. Because you keep talking. If you don't go talking shit about other people, then bad shit won't. What you put out in the universe always come back. That's why I never shit talk anybody. If I don't like what you do, I keep it to myself and I keep it moving. I don't go, hey Adam, this fucking car is stupid, bro. What the fuck are you? And then people was like, you ruined the perfectly Honda Civic SI. I'm like, he's in the fucking United Kingdom.
I've got him. I've got him over here. I've got it over here. Like I've just searched Coda in my comments real quick while you're talking, and it's the first comment is how to ruin a valve cover and plug cover, and then it's more damage to the S15. Not surprised. And then it's support. Hang on, where is it? He just put. I don't support your decisions.
Oh my god, dude!
I think I deleted some of his more nasty ones because I was
I blocked his ass. I made
there we go.
I could.
Yep, rest in peace, S15, getting messed up one week after another. But then he's really nice to me. And other ones like, congrats on getting 30K.
Man, dude, that guy.
RIP S15, first night out and it's already ruined. It's so bizarre, like how he's so nice and then so nasty.
Nah, that dude, like, I don't know, man. Like, he's one of those guys that, like, you can tell he's been bullied as a kid. And, like, now he feels like he's hot shit. So he's, like I realize that people who's always mean to other people is because they lack something. They lack that affection. They want to bring someone else down to feel how they feel so they can feel up. And dude, I noticed that in a lot of people.
I didn't realize. I know that car that got nicked as well. Okay, I must have seen it be retweeted and stuff on Twitter. I didn't realize that was him. I've just clicked on his channel.
The thing is, right? RSX, right?
Yeah. So I see that all going around on Twitter first. So the way I handle this hate, and this is something that I'll probably clip this bit and put this on main YouTube as well, like on like the separate parts. So. Because this is one thing I get a lot of questions like younger guys, or maybe not even younger, just guys that want to start doing YouTube. They're like, how do you deal with the hate? And I always say, I don't take it personal because these guys don't know me on a personal level. Like, you know me on a personal level. So if you were saying like to text me and be like, yo, I've just watched one of your new videos, I didn't agree with what you said there, I'd be like, oh, okay, why, what was up? You know, like,
yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know. I'd be like, oh shit, if like you or another one of my friends was like, oh, I didn't agree with that. Like, for instance, like that, the Black Lives Matter post that I put up with me sat on the BMW and shared that. I had every single one of my black friends message me saying, thank you. Like, thank you for doing that. Like, that was amazing. Thank you for doing that. And I didn't even do it for any. It was just, I wanted to show my support. Like, I agree with the movement. I do feel like it's a thing. Like, but the amount of hate I got as well. But I was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, do you know what?
Dude,
I was like, I didn't do it for any of this social publicity or anything. I did it because I have a platform and I felt like I could use it for...
Use your platform for better. Yep, that's it, dude.
And then, so that's why the hate doesn't affect me. Like, I laugh. Like you said, I literally went through all of the fucking comments on Honda Pro Jason's thing and Official H Day, and I replied to most of them like, in a normal way. I was like, look, we've done it because the car's a bag of shit. Like, it's not an SI.
I've seen those comments.
It's a single overhead fucking non-VTEC bag of shit. Like, it's a fucking crap car. But you guys must not get that model in blue, in the EBP, the Blue Pearl.
No.
So like they've seen that as an SI color and shit their pants, whereas like it's not an SI, you know, it's a fucked car anyway. I've got like some clips, like it's fucked, dude. Like that car is not worth a build. You know, like it is not worth a proper
Yeah.
build. So let's have some fun with it. Yet the abuse and stuff I was getting, I was just laughing. I was like, dude, like these guys are proper, like, to talk. I have to be who I throw in my mouth so I can talk like this. That's how I see him. That's how I see him. And that I think that's what people forget. Like they think like, oh, I can be an asshole on the internet and I act cool and I'm gonna give this guy shit because I'm funny. Literally, you look like an absolute idiot. That's what you look like. You look like an absolute imbecile. And the funniest thing was one of the guys on that post was trying to get Honda Pro Jason to remove it. And he was like, I can't believe this is the sort of person that you're advertising with so many enthusiasts that deserves the promotion.
Oh my God.
I'm fucking friends with Honda Pro Jason, dude. So like this guy's trying to like, get Honda Pro Jason to like be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be friends with Adam anymore. I'm like, fuck, I've known Honda Pro Jason like 7 years, dude. Like you think that he thinks it's cool. Like, so it's like, you know, this guy, I can't remember exactly what his original comment was, but I basically just put fuck off, I think, or shut your fucking mouth. Or like, it was like one of those ones where I was like, he was such an asshole. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to be an asshole back. And I gave him some shit. And then he just kept going in on me. And I was like, dude, I can't see what you've built. Your profile's private. I cannot see what you've built. So why would I give you an ounce of my time? Like, I don't know. You might have got show cards. You might have nothing. But what your opinion, no one's opinion matters to me. My mom and dad's opinion on my cars does not matter to me. You know, like the people I'm closest with, they're like, I think that's stupid. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You're not going to drive it. You know what I mean? That's my general, like, response to everything. Like, and everyone's like, the S15. Oh, the S15. Your Sylvia's too low. I'm like, well, what the fuck does it matter to you? You're not going to get a go in it. Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Why are you so wound up about my car that you're not going to get to drive anyway?
Exactly. You know, like, it doesn't make no sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, I had, like, that Coda guy. Obviously, he was, like, quite bent up that I was using the S15 as a drift car. But what people don't understand is, to us British people, we've had them cars since I think in England, you have a 3-year JDM import law. So you're allowed to import the cars straight away, but you're not allowed to register them for 3 years. So they have to be 3 years old, whereas in America, they'll be 25 years old, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, like, I think that when someone sees, like, what could be their dream car, they don't understand that it's a little bit of a rusty Spec S with a paint job to make it look a bit pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in reality, the shell's worth fuck up. Well, you know, now it's got a roll cage and we've fixed a lot of this stuff. It's probably worth a lot more money. But at the same time, I don't look at it as a monetary value thing. Like, when I get a car, I buy the car and then I instantly delete what it's worth to me. I'm like, nah, we can't look at the figure.
Yeah.
You're
going to take it away.
Yeah, I bought my Nissan S15 to be a drift car. So no matter how nice I make that car, it stays as my drift car. I've built my Civic EG6 to be a track car. So, okay, unfortunately, I've made it very nice, you know, and I am a little bit nervous to use it. But at the same time, I'm like, well, it is my track car. What else am I going to do? Go buy another car to be a track car? Nah, fuck that, because then I've got to rebuild another car. Let's take this. Yeah, how it goes. If I still enjoy it like I used to enjoy it, I'll keep it. If I don't enjoy it anymore, I'll get rid of it. Because at the end of the day, it's about my enjoyment in life. Like, I'm 31 next month, mate. 30.
Oh.
So I think like you've said, like how you're building your cars now, and you've got rid of the hate because it's still there. But you just, if you deal with it differently, if you don't look at it as hate, I try and look at it, and I always tell people like this when they ask me, I'm like, if someone is going out of their way to disperse hate onto me, that means they're unhappy.
Yep, that's it.
So I just try my best to not bite. And what I'll try and say in this, I'd be like, "You're all right, dude. Is everything okay?
Yeah, is everything okay?
What's happened today that's made you want to come give me shit? Nothing. I just hate you. All right, well, who hurt you? Because I ain't.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm just dicking around with my cars.
Yeah.
So I
don't even know me for me to hate you. Like, what?
Yeah. So that, I think it's definitely something that I try and talk to every public figure that comes on the podcast about the hate, because I think everyone that doesn't do any form of social media stuff, they'll look at it and see you getting free parts from hybrid racing and all that sort of stuff and be like, man, he's living the dream, dude. Like, he's getting all these free parts. He just bought himself some T37s, blah, blah, blah. But they don't understand the hate sometimes does ruin it. Like, where you're like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, man. Like, fucking hell, I'm only doing this for a bit of fun. Like, you know, like I had one guy, I left a comment. I said a comment in one of my videos. I've been driving my Nissan with a misfire fueling issue, spark issue. We don't know what.
For a
like,
long time,
for
right?
2.5 years. So I've had to learn to drive a broken
Jesus.
car to keep up with my skill level progressing. So I've had to start using the handbrake, which is not what I ever wanted to do. I never wanted to be a drifter that was heavy on the handbrake. But every time we get to the top end of the revs, my car cut out. So it was like I'd have to just get it up to speed as fast as I could and yank the handbrake and then feather the throttle around the corners. Whereas I just wanted to be big flick, float it in and throw.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that because the car would cut out. So I've learned to dance around it. And one guy left a comment going, your tires don't smoke because you're never fucking accelerating under drift. I'm like, because every time I accelerate, my car cuts out. So what do you want me to do? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I just try and never look at that. And I think another thing I've noticed, which I wanted to bring up with you, is I have obviously put girls in my videos occasionally. Some I've had relationships with, some have just been friends, but I've not stated which is which because I don't think it's anybody's business. But if they're around at the same time, sometimes they just naturally have to be in videos. It's just how it works out. Like if I'm going on a drift day with my girlfriend at the time and she's in the passenger seat, I normally introduce her because she's going to be in the video and people are going to question it. So I'm like, this is blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You've obviously had some public relationships as well.
Yeah.
Which are no longer. Are you single at the moment, or are you with anybody? Like,
no, I'm single at the moment.
So when I last saw you, you had a girlfriend.
Yes.
So how have you dealt with like having like your relationships online as well, and then breaking up?
See, okay. So it's kind of crazy. So with the girl that I went viral with, all that shit, we broke up 2017. Yeah, because when you visited 2017 around, I don't know what, I think what, November-ish, October-ish or November-ish. I can't fucking remember.
I think it was around then. That's generally when I go out to Florida because of the flight.
Yeah, so it was months. Okay, so it's been months after that breakup, right? And that relationship was very public on my YouTube. Like, she was like every one of my videos. We did videos like couples tag. We did a lot of stuff together. So when we broke up, and everyone like everyone knew that we broke up, everyone was flooding me with like, yo, what happened to you and the girl? What happened to this? What happened to that? And I was like, I was getting fucking like bombarded. I was like, oh my God. So I made a video like addressing what's going on. And I hated that I did it too. Cause I was like, oh, I was so destroyed. Like this woman gutted me because like the way we broke up, it was so like lame because it was over a text message. Like, so what happened was it was Friday night, right? It was Friday night. I go over to the crib. She's off work. I go over there to her house, and she's like, "Hey, I want to go. Let's go out to like a car meet or something." And I was like, "Nah," because I was like, "Nah, let's just hang out." She was working out a whole week straight. So let me just spend time with you. Let it just me and you hang out tonight at the house. We'll put a movie on, eat dinner, whatever. Just hang out at the house. She's like, "No, I want to go out. I don't want to be home. I was working all week." I was like, "No, we should just go. We should just stay here. I don't want to go out. I want to spend like my type of love language is spending quality time with someone. Like I don't like. Let's just connect again. I haven't seen you really in a week and a half. Let's just why would we go out and be with other people when I haven't been with you for like 2 weeks almost?" And so then she got mad about that. I was like, "All right, you want to go out? You can go out. I guess I'll just go home." She's like, "Okay, then go home, leave." I was like, "Okay, all right." So I get in my car. And like I instantly knew like this shit's like this is gonna end. Like I know, like I just felt that feeling like, okay, this is gonna end. So I get in the car, I fucking hit the steering wheel hard. I'm like, I was like, fuck! I let that shit like this rage came out of nowhere. I got in my car, I drove home, I didn't talk to her that night. The next night, Sunday rolls around, she's like, hey, I don't do this anymore.
Hey, say that again. Okay. You cut out. Say that again.
Okay. So Sunday, what was the last part you heard when I was Sunday?
You said, Sunday. Sunday come around.
Okay, so Sunday rolls around, and it's like 12 o'clock in the morning or afternoon. No, it's like 12. Yeah, it's afternoon time. It's like 12 in the afternoon. So she texts me. We haven't talked in 2 days. She's like, hey, I don't want to do this with you anymore. And I was like, okay, I'm going to come over. We'll talk about it. If you, whatever the case is, cool. It is what it is. Let's just be adults about this. Mind you, I'm 21 at the time. She's 27. I met her when I was 19. She was 26. It was like some Epstein shit. It was crazy. It was wild. I was like, yeah, I got an old chick, bitch. What's up? like, she was hot. I was like, oh shit. Every guy wanted her around town. I'm like, yeah, but little Maho, she's fucking with me, who never had a haircut, looked like a bum. All types. Car was all different types of colors. I wasn't nowhere near YouTube cool and shit yet. It was like, So Sunday rolls around. She texts me. He's like, I don't want to be with you no more. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come over. We'll talk about it. She's like, no, I don't want to talk about it because you're gonna make me feel bad about my decision. I'm like, dude, we were supposed to break up months ago. But if we're gonna break up, let's just do this in person. Let's just do this face to face. So we both get the closure so we can move forward with our lives. She's like, no, leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I was like, all right. Got in my car, drove over there, waited. She was in the shower. She gets out of the shower. I'm sitting on her bed, like, all right, you ready to talk? She's like, what are you doing here? Blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, just tell me that just give me the breakup shit so I know that all right, as long as you said it in person, we're good. I don't that texting shit. I hate that texting. That's so lame.
I'm the same.
Like,
I'm the same.
Yeah,
I hate it. It's fucking bullshit. I hate texting
bullshit.
anyway. It's fucking bullshit. Ring me.
Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. So I'm there. She's like, you never want to do what I want to do. Like a bunch of she's doing what every girl does when they trying to find an excuse to leave a relationship. They'll bring up shit that you had no idea they're talking about. Like the way you would fold your clothes and you would. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm like, you're trying to find that reason to walk away. Perfectly fine. Boom, we're out of here. We break up. So we broke up, and then out of nowhere, she's like, start doing all this thought and shit. I'm like, oh my god, dressing with clothes like her titties showing. I'm like, Jesus. Why? This is what, because it's ego. Like at this point, my ego is like, oh my god, like she's thought it up for the gram. I'm like, oh my fucking god. I was like, Jesus Christ, she's out here drinking every day. I'm like, fuck. Okay. That's what gutted me. It was the whole reason, like how she broke up with me. Cause I knew we were gonna break up. Like it was coming to a close. I'm just waiting for I was like, with me, I always wait for them to break up with me so I don't get that guilty. Like, damn, did I make a bad decision? Oh, I always let them break up with me. I know I've always been trash in my relationships. Like, I've been Scorpio. As gay as that sounds, is I just handle things differently than most people. I'm like if I get cheated, I'm like, okay, well, did you enjoy it? Like, was it good? Like, fuck, what can I improve? You know what I mean? It's yeah, it's like. Why are you like this? Like, don't you care? I'm like, I guess. I mean, you already did what I'm supposed to be mad that you did it. You fucking knew what you were doing. Okay, cool, you did it. So what? Like, teach me some shit. You know what I mean? Is he still around? Like, is he want to take us out to dinner? Like, what does he want? You know what I mean? So it's like, I handle it so different. And the way she hit every nerve of my insecurities as a man back when I was young. And it was just it was terrible. So when I got in when I met my Spanish girlfriend, my last girlfriend that
mm-hmm.
It was cool. Like, it was great. You know, I still had flaws to work on. I was still building myself because after we broke up, when I broke up with my second to last girlfriend, I was single for about a year. Yeah, I was single for about a year, but I met my last girlfriend on Twitter, but she's local, obviously. But I met her on Twitter because one of our mutual friends shared my 100K plaque picture, and I was like, she liked it. I'm like, ooh, who that? She kind of cute. Yeah. So I followed her, and I was like,
straight in them DMs.
Yeah, I was like, what's up? I was like, what's up? So we talked as friends, communicated a little bit here and there. It was one of those she actually knew who I was. Funny story about that. Her and her ex-boyfriend used to watch me and my ex-girlfriend videos. Because he was a fan of me. Dude was a fan of me. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I'm not trying to take your girl, bro. Because, she was single at the time when I met her. But, you know how that one ex that, can't leave their girlfriends alone?
Mm-hmm.
You miss me. I know I missed you. That one of those type of guys. I'm like, oh, get the hell out of here. So I started talking to her a little bit more than, he picks up on, I guess, that he's like, my ex is thinking that we're together. I'm like, well, shit, I don't know. It is what it is. So the day we got together actually was it was Randy's, my best friend's birthday. Randy's birthday was March 31st. Well, it is March 31st. That was the first day I seen her. And then we started talking more and more. And then she came over, then we hung out and all this. Then we started doing like dates and shit. And it was like, oh shit, I guess we're in a relationship. And then we've been together for like a year and like 4 or 5 months or whatever. And it's like I try to keep this relationship different. I try to keep it low key, off Instagram, not on YouTube as much, because I wanted to learn from my last relationship to where it was like, I don't want my shit all in the public. Like if me and her don't work out, I don't want a million people like, yo, is this your girl? Like, why is she with this guy? Like, I don't want to know about what my past is doing. You know what I mean? That has nothing to fucking do with me. And that's what I was dealing with my second to last relationship. So when me and my last girlfriend broke up, and we broke up because of like, what? I think because it was like, I lied about something. Like, it was like, me and her, we had like this rough patch. And I was like, well, I do not want to be sad over a breakup ever again. So what I did, what I thought was a smart move, let's go talk to one of the old girls I used to mess with. So like, I don't have to feel sad. I can feel that void. So me doing that, this is like, we was like 4 months into our new relationship. And we had this one, like these 2 weeks where it was just terrible. Like we would argue every day. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why are we doing, like, what the hell is going on? So one night I was like, I'm over this shit. Like, I'm done. She's like, I'm done too. Fuck it. Do what you gotta do. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do what I gotta do then. So that night I hit up one of my old girls that lives in California.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, so we were just like sexting back and forth and shit, and like nothing really happened. She sent me pictures. I was like, I faked like I went to bed. I'm like, okay, I'm not sending her shit. Like I never do that. I never do that. I'm like,
oh, you got me, mate. It's a buzz.
Yeah, I'm like, bye bye, not doing that. So then out of nowhere, me and my ex, like, we started talking again. I'm like, fuck, she's gonna ask me, did I do anything? And like, lo and behold, like, we're out eating like lunch, right? And she's like, did you cheat on me while we wasn't talking? I was like, I don't think it's cheating, but you might think it's cheating. And then when that happened, I had to tell her the truth. And like, I broke down. Like, Adam, when I tell you this, I've never cried over a relationship ever in my life. And when I tell you, when I was telling her that what I did, and like I saw her started crying, I felt like shit. I was
man.
like, dude, I had tears coming down my eyes. She's trying to comfort me now. Now I'm feeling guilty. I'm like, no, like, oh my God, it was terrible. So we worked through that, but I didn't tell her the truth. I didn't tell her that like I was the one wanting pictures. I told her that like she seen me sad because I posted some bullshit, and like she reached out to me to see if I was okay. And I lied about it. And then like as months go by, she's like, why do I feel like you wasn't being honest with me? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, and then like I just kept lying about it. And then it finally, I was like, you know what, you're right. It was me who wanted pictures. I'm the one that reached out to her, and then like she's like, I can't trust you. And then so basically we ended. Yeah, we ended because she started thinking that like I was lying about this, I was lying about that, and it was like, oh fuck yeah. Once that trust is gone, dude.
Yeah, my problem with that situation is, I mean, if you two are, I mean, you shouldn't have been getting nudes off your ex when you're with somebody else anyway. True. But
but it wasn't my ex. It was a girl that like.
We shouldn't be getting nudes from anyone if you're in a relationship.
Period. Yeah, true.
But that happened, and I personally feel like if you wanted to lie and cover your ass, which I think most of us would do, just fucking, who the fuck wants the argument, you know? Fuck that shit. Actually, exactly. Say, oh, you are talking still. Okay, thought you went silent on the headphones. But I feel like if the other party decides to believe what you say and accept that as their answer, whether it be someone like you and her in an argument and it's you accepting her or her accepting you, then that's where that line has to be drawn and it doesn't get brought up again. Because I feel like the problem is, she's obviously said okay, I agree. I understand what you said. You know, she's sent you the pictures, whatever. But she obviously doesn't believe you, and then she's carried on that relationship, and then she's lied to you.
Yeah.
So there's a different type of lying, and it doesn't. And then you've kind of like, okay, cool, everything's cool now. Okay, we can go back to normal.
Correct.
But she's not gone back to normal, and she's still got this arse ache on about it. And that's I feel like communication. We can talk about this for a little while. Why not? Relationships are a big part of everyone's life. So like, communication is such a massive deal, and like I feel like what is the truth? There's always different truths, right? Like, because we all live a slightly unique reality. So like, like, you know, I think we went to Chick-fil-A once and you didn't get the spicy sandwich, but I got the spicy sandwich. And I was like, how are you not getting the spicy? You were like, God damn, I don't like that shit, or something like that. I can't remember what you exactly what it was. But I was like, how can this motherfucker not like the number 2 deluxe from Chick-fil-A? That's the fucking titty bang. Do you know what I mean? So our reality is in that set. We both like Chick-fil-A, but we both like different things from there.
Yep, exactly.
Same but different realities. So it's like, I always feel like with relationships, it's communication that's the breakdown. So now when I'm in a relationship, I take their word and I try not to let it sit on. I try not to let play on the thing.
Same with me.
So I just go, okay, that my girlfriend at the time, my partner at the time has said that this is the truth. I take that as the truth unless I know it differently. And I know, so I say I know from somebody else or got proof that something happened. I go, okay, well, you're lying to me because I know this is this. And then we can butt heads some more. And I feel like if you are willing not lay down like a little bitch and say, no, this is what I believe. So if your girlfriend would have been a bit more stern at the time and said, I reckon you were getting the pictures, you'd have probably at the time gone, all right, fuck it, I did get the photos. All right, whatever. And then get that honesty, and then she can decide, okay, he was asking for
whether she wants to stay or not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I feel, and that's where I feel like it, you know, unfortunately you wasted, I mean, I'm sure you had good times in between all that, but you wasted extra months when you could have been on your own, focusing on your business, on yourself, on new girls, you know, like obviously it's always fun to talk to new people. And, you know, I feel like I just wanted to know how you handle it publicly, because you do put them in your videos. Like, so like I think I only put the last girl I was with in my video once. And that was literally, I didn't know this was going to happen, but it was the day before she broke up with me. So,
my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
And so I put her in a fucking video and made her like a big part of it. And then she got a bit wobbly the next day, and I had to post the video on the Monday, and it was on the Sunday. She was like, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. I think we should break up. And I was like, well, I've got this video going live tomorrow. Like, what do I do? So I re-edited it, and I took her out of it, and I uploaded both videos, and I had them both on private. And then on the day, I was like, I'll decide what I upload. Because we'd been so on and again and off again over the about a month. I was like, you know, I'll just see if we work it out, because it's going to be a bigger argument, me re-editing this video that she's already seen, with that and it popping up with her not in it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, fuck it. We're on a good day today. I'm going to get a bit grotesque right now, but I just gone around and slept with her. Like, so I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'll post her in the video, and then I post the video, and then she then goes back into being a bitch mode and saying that, yeah, I'm not.
Oh my God.
So I was like, fuck, I've already posted this video live. Like, what that was the I've been so careful leading up to that moment not to advertise that we were together.
Yeah.
And then
dude, that's the worst.
So like for me, I was embarrassed, man. And then every time someone like left a comment mentioning her, I'd like
who's
delete.
The girl? Dude, it's like
I delete. I'd be like, I don't even have to answer it. And one guy I know left a comment on the video going, oh, I really look forward to seeing you teach insert name here how to drift more. Maybe we should get her behind the wheel of a car. And I texted him. I was like, dude, do you mind editing you? Because I know him on a personal level. I was like, dude, do you mind editing your video?
Yeah.
Your comment just broke up with me. And then he was like, yeah, sure. And then he edited it and he was like, oh, it's a shame about the headlight or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I was like, cheers, my guy. And then a couple of days later, obviously, when me and her was still like on again, off again talking, she was like, oh, did you see that comment? Someone saying that you should teach me how to drift. So she broke up with me and then was just checking the comments.
Checking the comments. Yeah, like, dude, it's so weird, man. And like, that's what like that's why I don't. When I was in my last relationship, I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because it was like, I don't want this shit to hit the fan, and then like I don't lose that side of me where it's like I don't have 1,000 people asking me, yo, where's your girlfriend, bro? Like, where's the girl in the video? I'm like, and I hate that shit, because it's like, man, that's what like when I had my 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it was like, okay, I'll make a video, I'll make sure I vlog me, I have her in it, but we'll hang out like every other day while I'm filming, but she just won't be in it. And like she didn't mind it, but I can tell, like, since I wasn't posting her on my social media how I posted my last girlfriend, she felt like, does he not really care about me? Does he not really love me? Does he not, like, why would he do this?
Yeah, I think the difference comes when you care about someone more. You don't want to open them up to the bullshit.
Thank you, Adam.
Like that's the way I see it.
I don't understand that.
Nah,
dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think that's something that I think obviously I hope that my next relationship will be a serious one. I don't want them all to be these weird fucking like absolute months of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
trash.
want to feel like I can find my peace with somebody at some point and have a great relationship. Yep. But I will be quite transparent with them. Like, look, I do this YouTube shit, and I really don't know how we're gonna go about posting unless the girl I get with is a YouTuber. And then it kind of becomes one of those things like where we both say like, do we keep each other off our social medias for the most part? Like, I don't mind tagging her on a story here and there, being like, oh, I'm here with but like I feel because even now, like some of the people that are my followers still follow my exes. And I'm like,
God,
and I see them liking the photos and all that, and I'm like,
it's so weird, bro.
I'm like, I thought you had my back. That's what I always think, like with my followers. I thought you had my back, like, but now you're siding with this girl that ruined my life. You know,
it's
like,
a girl. It's a dude. It's like, that's like the downfalls of. That's why, like, I never really posted my last girlfriend because I didn't want guys that I know following her and like when she hit the fence with me and her, they're like in her DMs. I'm like. But then I gotta adapt this person up. Like, what? Like, I cannot. Like, that was one big thing. Like, I hate. Like, one thing, I don't want you to make me look stupid. I don't like if there's a guy that I know that I ever talk to, and he's like in your inbox, telling like, "Hey, beautiful," like I'm blah blah blah, and like I see this person, and you don't tell me that like he's doing this shit. You're making me look stupid to this guy, and like I cannot fuck with that. Like, I can't. So I just never. Like anybody that follows my ex or whatever, I cut off time. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want shit. Like
I'm exactly the same. We are exactly the same.
Dude, it's like, what's the point? Like, you only know her because of me. Why the fuck would you still follow her?
Because they want to fuck. They just want to fuck. Boys, everyone thinks we're all stupid, man. But like, there is no reason to follow your mate's ex unless you want to smash. That's the only reason. Like, that's the only reason you do it. So.
It's no fucking reason. And it is like, bro, like, really? Like, I get that, like, to y'all, like, pussy is everything. Like, oh, man, I gotta fuck her. I'm like, bro, it's really not. But, like, it's crazy how, like, you would jeopardize, like, a solid, like, we're solid people. Like, we have each other's back. Like, we're not, like, fuck boys and, like, try to get one up somebody. So, like, when you lose a solid person in your life, over a bitch, it's like, bro, what the like you're an idiot. Like, oh dude, it's ridiculous. So it's like when like anytime like I get in a relationship, if I truly care about you, I will not put you in a predicament where like you're exposed to all this shit because then you're gonna be it's just gonna change the dynamic of everything. And like I would love, like I feel like the only way I could ever do that, I have to be married. Like we have to be legally binded together because you can't fucking leave at that point. You know what I mean? Like you can't be like, all right, well I got my 5 seconds of fame. See you later, or like where like no, you have my last name now. So like this is my life. I'm transparent with whatever it is. Like I don't care. But like if I care about this person, I want to move in a way where like. I have this girl in my life, but like I'm not posting her every day or every other day. It's more like a once every special occasion, like on my birthday, we'll take a photo together, or an anniversary, or her birthday, or Valentine's Day, or whatever the fuck it is. But it's like it's just not a smart thing, like posting your woman and all these like especially YouTube, because then like you introduce a new girl to them like. Yo, what happened to your old girl? Or like,
I prefer the other one. The other one was hotter. Oh, you're like, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my god! It's like you guys are fucking assholes. Like, it's like, god damn, man. It's such an experience, man. Or like, if you really care about them, you can't post them, man. And if you do post them, don't give their social medias away. That's what I never post their social medias. Like. You're not finding my girlfriend on social media. You're not doing it.
We obviously saw the biggest one we saw the collapse of was obviously Adam and Nicole, LZs.
Yeah.
You know, I like Adam. I would go as far to say we're friends on a very low level. Like, I wouldn't ring him with my life problems, but I get on well with him when we see each other. You know, like I like him as a person. Obviously, I just took a back seat and watched all of that shit unfold, man. And even now, you still have people memeing the fact that he broke up, like they got a divorce and stuff. And I was like,
yeah, it's
savage as fuck. Like, and to be fair, he has landed with this Colleen girl who is stunning.
Colette.
Colette,
Colette's
sorry,
beautiful.
Colette.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely stunning girl that can drive cars like a badass, like cool as fuck. But once again, he's posting all of the videos. And I was like, my bro, did you not learn the first time around? Like, I just worry. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I like him genuinely. Like, and when I hung out with him, he was still going through that whole divorce period. And I was like, man,
shitty,
it's just
dude.
so sad. I was like, so I genuinely hope, I'm not religious, but I pray that him and that girl last the distance and they're very together, and because she does seem like a cool girl.
She seems fitting for him because like they both do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like she with the whole, like, not to speak on their relationship, but like the whole Nicole and Adam dynamic, it was just like, she's the religious type, he's not religious. She wants kids right now, he wants kids whenever his career is like slowing down and shit. It was like so many like things that like they didn't frequently vibe on. But him and this girl, they seem so
riding the wave, baby.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're just chilling, and like you go on Facebook and there's a meme of like Adam as a T37 and then Nicole's new boyfriend as a Rota Grid, and it's like, God damn. Like, could you imagine, like, you go on your social media and there's like memes of like you and your ex-wife, and like it's like, bro, that, like, I know, like, I give so much props to Adam for like handling the situation the way he did, where he's not like reading into the comments, being sad about like not making a video like, yo, fuck you guys, like, because me, dude, oh my God. But like, it comes with the territory. Like, if your relationship ends and like he has a bunch of kid followers. Like, his followers are like 13, 14, like, oh my God, where's Nicole with the peppers and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, it's like, these kids gonna grow up and like realize that, like, dude, it's just weird, man. Like, it's so shitty. Like, for him to go through that, and then like,
yeah, man.
I guess it worked out for both of them because they both got like, new people and they seem happier. It's awesome. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's just like, it's the backlash that's so shitty. And I couldn't do that, man. I just know, like, me, oh God.
I mean, I used to get comments about a girl that I brought onto the channel. Like, it was like a mutual agreement, really, that it was just like, I'll have her in some videos and she'll be in the videos and look hot. It was like, we weren't together. We weren't in a relationship. Like, neither, like, I think I probably wanted to be with her more than she was interested in me. But even then, I didn't want her to be my girlfriend. Does that make sense? Like, we were spending a lot of time together and hanging out. Like, and honestly, even to this day, I still get comments like, where's this girl? Where is she? What happened to her? Oh, did she break your heart, Adam? Don't worry, mate. We'll all be like, and I was like, dude, I'm 30 years old, mate. Do you really, it's not that deep. Like, I just wanted to smash. You know what I mean? I just wanted to smash for a while. Like, it wasn't that deep. Like, if I wanted to go with my girlfriend, I would not be putting her in YouTube videos until she was my girlfriend.
Like, they don't understand that. They don't understand.
I just wanted to smash, dude. Like, it was no deep. It wasn't deep. Like, it was just one of those. Like, I just wanted to smash.
That's all you need, man.
So
that's all you be needing.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, man.
I just wanted to get your opinion on it, because I know you'd posted it publicly, and I've only ever, like I said, I did put one of my girlfriends in at the very beginning of my YouTube career, but that was when I was getting like 500 views a video. Like, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, she was just in it.
It didn't matter.
Yeah. But obviously then when you start getting like, because obviously my videos get around 6,000 to 10,000, like, it varies obviously depending on subject, but just occasionally one video can pop, like, it can go and it'll just normally be that video that pops that I've got the pretty girl in it, and I'm like, oh,
and it's like, oh no.
Like, no one's gonna see any of my car build and stuff and just see this girl and think, sweet, you know what I mean? Like, great. Like, it's just one of those though,
Dude,
it's part and parcel of it. But I just wanted to touch on that subject because I feel like it's one that gets overlooked a lot, and it's embarrassing. When you go through a breakup, it's hard, and it's embarrassing that it didn't work out, especially if you wanted it more. Like, so at the start of this year, like, that's what happened to me at the start of this year. I got broken up with in mid-January, and it like devastated me. Like, I didn't make a YouTube video for a month.
Yeah,
like, I didn't go on.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
like, gutted. Just gutted, man.
I couldn't do anything. I watched so many fucking self-help videos online on like,
dude.
Shit. I was like,
me too, bro.
What's going on? And it was good and bad for me, because it like really made me focus on the gym. And like, I lost a bunch of weight and I felt good about myself, and then lockdown happened, and then I put all that weight back on and I feel shit about myself again. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, just one of those circles of like, just despair. But like, I feel so much better now from it. You don't realize at the time, but the lessons you're being taught will shape who you are. So.
Oh, yes, that is facts. Like, when I went through my breakup, I didn't know how, like, I didn't know that I had attachment issues, and I would say a bunch of dumb shit just to see how this person feels about me. Like I could be like, oh, you don't fucking care about me. Like randomly on some female period shit. I'd be like, oh, you don't care about me. Like why are you with me if you really don't like? And like I would only do that to see like basically me asking like, how do you feel about me? Like it was like I'm crying out to you in a sense where it was like I want to know how this person feels about me, and I didn't know that was really because of my childhood, without growing up without my dad, and feel like my dad never wanted me.
Mm-hmm.
So like whenever I got in a relationship, I always had that attachment issue. Like, does this person need something from me? And like once they get it, they're out, or like does this person really have genuine love for me? Because like if the person that gave birth to me doesn't really love me or like want to be in my life, then how do I know this stranger who I met 4 months ago really want to be with me? You know what I mean? Like what? So like I had to like after my last relationship ended, like it was just like it was so much more self-help growing that I needed to do, like my thinking process, the way I would like try to communicate instead of like coming off so like rude and like what's the problem? Like so instead of me talking to like in a soft voice, like yo, what's going on? Like what's wrong? Instead of me being like, what the fuck's the issue? Like what now? What's wrong now? Like instead of me being so like just rude about it and just learning that like how would I want to be talked to? How would I want my girlfriend who's having a problem with me, you know, try to communicate her feelings to me? Would I want her yelling at me and being all fucking rude, or would I want her to like give me that soft side of like she's here to listen and understand and comprehend? Comprehension is a big thing in relationships that fail. Like I can communicate all day, but if I can't comprehend or you can't comprehend what you're saying to me or what I'm saying to you, then like it's not going to do anything, because I could be like, hey, I don't like the way you made me feel about this. And you're like, oh, I understand. And then like the next time it happens, you didn't really comprehend what I was saying and you keep doing it. So like now we're having comprehension issues instead of communication issues. And like, that's a big one too, man. It's just like, there's so much things I had to learn aside from my last relationship, which was like the best relationship I've ever been in. Cause like, she was so good to me. Like, it feels like one of those things that like you meet somebody that's so good to you, but like, you needed to grow. You know what I mean? Like this person is here to like help you mold you and grow you into this person. But then like now that you're this person, you're no longer the person to them. They need somebody to elevate them now. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so
it's very
that
hard, man. It's
it's
hard, and there's no right or wrong answer to it, and that's the hardest thing that I just really wanted to touch on that subject. And thank you for being so honest and open with it. Like, because as a public figure, you know, like I think people forget that we do go through all of this shit. Does that make sense? Like we do go through all this shit, but there's other stuff that that you can talk about that I probably can't, and that's like racism online. And like, do you get much of that? Obviously, you're a black man. Like, do you ever get much of that on your videos?
Dude,
like,
surprisingly, I don't. I never had like one.
Well, that's good to hear. Like, I'm happy to hear that. I wasn't sat here hoping and going, God, I hope he gets fucking abused. Oh, I love some juicy gossip. Hey, clickbait that title, motherfucker. It's not like that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
I've never dealt with racism as being a black content creator. I've never had racist comments. I've never had a white guy comment like, hey, look at this fucking coon. I've never had that. I've never had like, oh, look at this Daquan trying to be in this blah, 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 you fucking black monkey. Like, what? God damn. I've never had that type of, never had it. And like, it's surprisingly, because like when the whole thing with Breonna Taylor died and the George Floyd thing, I was posting all this like, yeah, I fucking matter, bitch. Like all this like pro-black but not anti-white shit. And like, I didn't lose much followers. I didn't like. It's like how? Like dude, it's like my following is like my most supportive people that support me, like whether it's on my brand, we're buying like clothes and stuff, whatever. They're predominantly white people, and like they were supporting. Like, yeah, man. Like it's like it's so amazing to have like white people support me in the way where it's like I'm like. Cause like in my videos, I'm still like, at the end of the day, I'm black. So I say a lot of black shit. Like I'm like, yeah, black people are always late. We never on time. We love watermelon flavored drinks. We love, you know, just bunch of like I would say racist, but
stereotypical sort of,
stereotypical black shit. But like my followers know that like I'm saying it because it's me, motherfucker. Like I love this shit. So if I'm gonna say it, it's like it's because of my experience, like living with a bunch of black people, like you know, growing up in a predominantly black neighborhood where like all my friends were black, and then you know me like having white friends came like a later time in life, and I'm like, oh these fuckers are wow, they're cool as hell. Like I never had any like racist white friends. I never had like it's like I don't know. I feel like I've been guarded my entire life when it comes to racism. I never like I go on YouTube, not YouTube, but like social media, and I see like these videos like you know the Karens calling like oh what are you doing here? You don't belong here, you jigaboo. Like I've never like I've always wanted to I've always wanted to like have a racist moment. Like I've always wanted that. Like damn.
I feel for the most part as well because you live in Florida, right? I feel Florida is one of those places where they have so many actual issues. There's like so many, like with drugs is a problem and crime is just like Florida is a fucking crazy fucking place, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like it's one of those like when we were hanging out at your boy's house with the coop. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Fred.
Yeah, we were hanging out at Fred's house, and that fucking bird just walked up and was like trying to offer us all out. It was like a crane or something. I don't know. This big ass ostrich looking bird. And it just come out of nowhere. And it like walked up to the house and everyone was like, oh my God. Like it just appeared at the other side of this truck. And you're like, yo, that's a really violent bird. Like we've all got to like mind out this thing's way. Yeah. It was just kind of staring us all out. Like, and we were all like, don't move. I think it's even on my video. I think I filmed some of it.
Yeah, you filmed it. Yeah.
Like you guys in America, you guys in Florida specifically have to deal with so much. You have alligators just
alligators as pets walking around like it's nothing,
like just everywhere. Like so it's like one of those places where there's so many problems. Everyone's kind of just like, yo, okay, let's all just deal with this together, shall we? Like, just fucking we've got to live there. There's a guy over there chewing on bath salts who's gonna come for our throat in a moment. Like let's all just have each other's back for the most part. Like I'm not saying there's no racism in Florida because I'm sure there is, but like every time I've been over there, like I see a lot of like it's more like religious people versus non-religious people more than like black versus white, or you know, like because obviously it's a very very multicultural place. There's a lot of like Hispanics in Florida. And like everyone's almost just brought together by I you know it's going to sound stereotypical, but like sports and cars and like the drag racing and not getting eaten by alligators and like you know, just generally just like you know like it's so crazy out there that it's just kind of like I find like I love it there. Like I am a Florida resident. I think if I was to like move anywhere, I would move to Florida because it's just fucking hilarious.
And like, that's the shit, man.
I'm glad that is where my dad decided to fall in love with as well, because obviously we have the house out there, so it means that I had that as an option. So we're going to look at getting my S15 permanently situated in Florida at some point. So I can.
That would be so sick, dude. Yeah. What?
As soon as the car is working, I'm probably going to do one season drifting with it here, and then put it in a container and send it over with all my spares.
Ship it all over here, baby.
We just go. Might need your help on that. Just working out how to register it as a race car so they can't crush it.
Oh yeah. That's no big deal.
So we'll work that out and then just getting it from the port to my house and can come over every other week and do drift days and stuff.
That'd be so fucking fun, man.
I'm legally allowed to be in America for 6 months of the year, which is double what normal English people are. Because I went to the consulate, is it called? Like the US headquarters in England. Like I went. I went to their place and actually like applied for a full visa and like that sort of stuff, like to be there for like 6 months instead of 3. So I will be able to come over and film vlogs and have fun and like we have before. But
I'll have
my
own car.
And it'll be
that'll be so fucking fun.
My S15. And like I know there are a few S15s already. Obviously LZ's got one. There's another guy that I know over there. I think his name's Sean with one. So I'm gonna ask those guys like, yo, how have you managed to work this? Like because I need my car there. Not just for content. Like I think it would be a sick thing to do to send my car to Florida. Like I think it'd be super rad to be like, I've sold my
that would be dope.
My Sylvia's going, I've got rid of the Sylvia, but like not actually get rid of it, like just kind of word it carefully and like trigger some people that don't listen to the podcast to be like then end up with it over there. So like hopefully we could do some stuff together with that, like
man, that would be fun, man. Oh my god,
with content. But like you're very heavily into your Honda still, but even though I know you've mentioned Evos previously, like how do you find like the Florida Honda scene? Like do you find it like a community, or are you kind of like in your niches?
Dude, it's like we're all like somehow some way everybody that I know that I don't know all know each other. We all like. It's so weird how big Florida is, but how small the Honda community is. Cause like I know people in Tampa, I know people in Orlando, I know people in Kissimmee, I know people in Jacksonville, I know people in Miami, I know people in West Palm. Like I'm connected with all these people, even if I don't know them, I know their friend or like they know who Zosh is. So it's like when I need like if I need anything, like hey, did anybody have a DC2 steering arm? Oh yeah, my buddy and blah 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 got one. Oh dude, Zosh, bro, my friend said you need this and I got it. It's like we all like it's just so cool that like you know, and it's like not much hate from what I see that's about us in the Honda. Like yeah, you got the people with Hondas that build like these crazy cars, but like that's their inspiration. That's what they like, you know, that's what it is. But like you got the guys that like spec'd out like OG classic timeless Honda builds, shitting on the people who have like Rice Rockets with underglow, but it's like I love everybody. Like if you're in a Honda, that means you're supporting Honda as a brand, which means like you support, you know, me because I'm a Honda YouTube creator. So like you watch the Zosh video if you have a Honda, whatever it's the EG. I had an EK build, a CRV build, the EG build. Like I have pretty much every '90s Honda. So you really like you've seen a video of mine, and it's just the community here. It's great, man. Like it's like you got the people you got the drag racers. You got the autocrossers, you got the time attackers, there's different communities of people, but like we're all one unit. You know what I mean? It's pretty damn cool. It's pretty cool being in the Honda community in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I came over for the IBOC meet that they held in Florida a couple of years ago. Yeah, I think
was I there? Or maybe that's the year prior to the one you went to.
I was definitely there with the Honda. Is it So Honda Garage? No. For Mark from
Honda Street Garage.
Street Garage, yeah. I was there with him and Ravi from V2 Lab. Do you know V2 Lab? Sorcery?
Yeah, I know Ravi. I talk to Ravi all the time.
Yeah. He's a really good dude.
Yeah, Ravi's dope. He's
cool. So like I was there with him and Nilani, his girlfriend. Like we were just hanging out, and I was just doing my vlog thing, you know, sort of thing. But that video, I don't know why, but got the most hate I've ever had on YouTube to the point where I had to turn off the like to dislike feature.
What?
So I think because obviously I am biased to Florida and I always will be biased to Florida. And that was the first time the IBOC meet was held outside of LA. So I think because I was showcasing it in a really good light and saying how sick all the cars were and how like, you know, the Honda scene isn't just in LA because anybody from LA seems to think that's the only place that exists in the world. I was like, look, there's loads of cool stuff on the, is it East Side? Are you East USA, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like,
East. Yeah.
So I was like, look, the East Coast has got game too. I've always been pro like New Jersey lot because I spent a lot of time in New Jersey growing up. Like, so I've always been around the US and the US Honda scene. It's always been what I've been a part of. And I found that the East Side was way friendlier than the West Side. Like as in terms of like
100%.
being your friend, welcome you in, like having a conversation, dude. Like
man,
it was way friendlier. Like that, and that's not having a dig at LA. That's just LA in general. I think that's just
LA,
Hollywood culture,
dude.
you know. Like,
dude,
so, like I got so horribly disliked, and I turned it off because I was like, holy shit, I thought this video was fucking dope. Like I thought it was a really cool video or whatever. But yeah, I can see on your head as well. You've got a hat, Marauder, clothing line, right? Do you want to talk just a little bit about that? Like, how did you start it up? Like,
so my brand is called Zosh MFG, which stands for manufactured goods or motherfucking gangster, whatever floats your boat, honestly. And I started it back in 2016. I started Marauder in 2015 with a group of like me. It was me, my ex-girlfriend, well, my girlfriend at the time, me, my girlfriend at the time, Robert, my friend Randy, and a couple others. I started making like I created this Marauder thing or whatever. I was like, hey, what do you guys think about like having this like a cool little car group called Marauder? And it's like, oh, what the hell does Marauder mean? It's like, oh, it means like to invade, to conquer. It's like a plunder, like a conquest for something. I was like, that's kind of cool. Like a bunch of a bunch of marauders means like they're looting, like they're about to raid some shit. That's so cool. So I started that back in 2015. I started Zosh MFG in 2016. I didn't do shit the whole year 2016 at all. Like I just made the website, and 2017 I'm like, okay, I'll take this more serious. So I bought my sticker. Yeah, I bought my sticker machine I started making like Marauder stickers, and then like that started like making money. I'm like, oh shit, I got some money coming in aside from just YouTube money. It's all cool. So then from there, I just like what I think it was strictly stickers in 2017, and then when did I start making like shirts and stuff? I made like I don't know. I guess over the past like 3 years, I just started like putting more money, investing more money into Zosh MFG. We did the website, bought the domain, LLC the business. And then like I started making like Marauder clothing. So I went from stickers to like I still make stickers. Well, I don't make I actually source out my stickers now. Save me time. So from stickers to like different color stickers, die cuts and bumper stickers, then air fresheners, and then did shirts, then sunglasses, the face mask. What else? I did sweat shorts, more shirts. It's like I just been putting all this money back into the business because it's making me money. So it's like the more money I make, I won't even pocket it. I'll just like take my cut, put more into the brand, and let it branch out to now I want to make shift knobs. I want to make coil pack covers, and I just want to like manufacture shit, like get some cool like battery packs and stuff like that.
You should
just
speak
cool
to because I see you wearing it in one of your things earlier, or the other day. I can't remember where it was, but you should. I think NPC would probably help you out with that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, could they have? Yeah.
They have all the machines to do it, man. Yeah, and he's a fucking great dude, mate. Like,
dude,
what a
Spencer's
guy.
so fucking cool, man. I love that dude. Like that man is so nice. Like
he is nice. That's the weirdest thing. Like, yeah, I had probably a 2.5 hour conversation with him over the phone the first time we spoke, and he was just the nicest guy. I was like, this guy's fucking cool. Like, I was like,
so nice, bro. Spencer is like, he's goated. Like that guy, he's family, man. That dude is fucking cool. Like, and like, Spencer, like he asked me like, what would you think would be cool if we come out with a product? I'm like, oh, you should do products for the RSX and this, like, because the DC2 doesn't have it, or you should make this. And he's like, he'll listen to me and he'll send me renderings. I'm like, oh shit, you were really serious about it. He's like, yeah, man, like if you would if you would have it, then your audience obviously supports you. So like, let's do it. I'm like, say let's do it. So like, we've been in talks like over the past couple of months about getting these special products made for like the RSX that like no other company makes. I'm like, I think this would be a fantastic idea because most companies make it for the DC2, but they don't make it for the DC5. So like, let's do that. And like, let's do it. I'm like, all right, say less.
Cool.
So we've been talking about that and stuff, and short, like long story short about like the brain. I just hope to like keep elevating it, like just keep bringing dope shit to the market that's different. Like I don't want to create car apparel where like it got like tachometers and shit on it. Like I want you to wear like out on a date with your girlfriend.
I'm the same. I want my clothes to be worn everywhere. Like
you can wear everywhere. You know what I mean?
Wherever you
like,
want. Yeah.
You don't want to be like a 42-year-old man with a big ass like RPM gauge needle on your shirt. And it's like, what? Like, nah. So I try to make like urban car clothing where it's cool. It's sleek. It's got like a checkered flag on the back. You know
I don't want to quote. I'm going to quote my boy here. If you're in the know. Honda Pro Jason says it. You're in the know. So if you see like your Marauder thing, it doesn't even have to say Zosh on it, and you're like, oh, I know where that's from. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of those little like
exactly. Yep. Cool, I know that's from. Like, that's what I love about it.
You mentioned your friend Randy, right?
Yeah.
So was it him you were in that car crash with?
So back in 2017, what was it that? Oh wait, hold on. No, 28. No. 20. I can't remember.
It was 2018, I think it was something around
2018. Yeah, I think it had to be early 2018. Yeah, it was early 2018. And we were going down south. I was gonna go pick up my first ever K-Series short block. I was gonna build a K-Series motor, and that was gonna be the vlog. Like, oh, I'm starting a new build, and we get on the road.
Oh no, it was 2017, July 2017. I've just got it.
Wow. So that was okay. So July 2017. Oh wow, yeah. So July 27th, 2017. Was going down to Miami to go pick up a short block. He was going to pick up stuff for his RSX, for his Civic hatch. And then his cousin had a Prelude at a time. He's going to pick up some stuff for his Prelude. So it's all going down to Miami. His cousin's driving. We're all like just chilling in the car. Rainey's talking, having music. Like we're all just like having a good time. And then this car like hit their brakes. And then Rainey's like, yo, hit the brakes. And then his cousin panicked, hit the brakes, and then turned the car, which sent us fucking flying through the intersection. Like, dude, all I remember was like, oh! I'm like, oh, shit! I'm like, am I dead? Am I dead? Oh, fuck, I'm dead. Oh, fuck, I'm dead! I'm like, yo, Randy, you dead? Yo, Robbie, you dead? is everyone okay? And then like out of like apparently nobody had injuries. Like I had like a couple scratches on my back. The car was all like cut up. It was just crazy, dude. Like it was wild. And hold on, I think somebody's at the door. It was just like one of those things where it was just like stupid crazy that it was in this car accident and like we all walked away perfectly fine.
Yeah, while you get the door, I'll explain to people what the car looks like on the video. So I will. So you've on the video on the
Durham Mescudi. Yeah, PLM. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, so I'm on the video now, dude. Just so you can see. So the car that you were in is now on its roof. Black rear door. Is that right? Yeah. So that was the car.
Yeah, it was a 4Runner. It was a Toyota 4Runner.
And the back end is flat. Like it looks like it's a pickup truck. Like that's
where I was sitting. Yep.
It's fucking crazy, dude. Did you bang your head?
I had no seatbelt. I never wear seatbelts, right?
Mate, wear your fucking seatbelt.
Dude, if the guy told me if I would have worn my seatbelt, I would have died.
Really?
Dude, he said, like, did you have your seatbelt? I'm like, no. He was like, oh, if you had your seatbelt on, you should be dead right now. Because where it crashed is where I was sitting. But the seat, like, I moved, like, I was inches away from death. I was like, fuck, bro, you should have never told me that shit. So I started, like, crying.
None of you have really even got scratches on you. And the fact that this car is so fucked.
Totaled.
What I'll do so people can see, if you're watching on YouTube, I will link this video in the YouTube comments so people can actually see. But if you're listening on Spotify or anything, just pop over to the YouTube channel and have a look. The video is called "We Should Have Died." It was posted mid-July 2017. It's fucking, oh my god, man!
Nuts, dude! It's nuts.
Absolutely
and, like,
crazy.
We all walked away with no scratches, no headache, nothing crazy going on. It was. I'm telling you, we were saved. That car was guarded.
I'm not religious, dude, but I look at that and I'm like, the universe has other plans for you. Like, I look at that and I'm like, dude, the universe has other plans for this man because, I mean, you should be dead, dude. Like, that's not even like a clickbait title. Like, you should be dead.
Dead.
Like, I'm very glad you're not.
Shit, dude.
I'm very glad you're not.
Yeah, me too. I'm here.
I'm very glad you're not. So where do you see you kind of went over it earlier, with what you were saying about the autocross and stuff. I just want to know, like, where do you see the future of your channel going?
The future of my channel is, I don't know if I'm going to have a future of the channel still, to be honest, because I really, like, I know you've been doing it recently, like the whole, like, just getting on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And
you want to do stand-up comedy, yeah? I was going to ask you this. Oh, my God, I meant to do this earlier. I literally had it wrote down, but we've kind of gone subjects to here. Okay, so we can talk about this for a little while. So for anybody that doesn't know, November last year, and I'll tell you what, I only booked onto this because I got broken up with in August. Well, kind of broken up with in August, and I felt sad. And I was like, my birthday. It was the day before my birthday, and I was like, right, I'm gonna book myself something I've always wanted to do. So I went to a comedy school, 5 days at a comedy school with a professional comedian. They teach you the etiquette of gigs, how to book onto the London circuit, how to write a joke, basically, like the structure to it, what is really funny, what probably isn't that funny, you know, and the fact that 95% of your material isn't going to be funny. There's going to be like 5% material that you will be able to make a 5-minute to 10-minute gig out of, like a set list out of, and you use that and you go with it. So I stepped into that realm purely because I'm older than you. I've got 6 years on you, man. So like, I was just like, I'm at that point where I was like, you know what? I am ready to. I'm at that point where I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me.
Yes.
Like I hit that point where legit, like, it was like, because I shaved my head, didn't I? I don't know if you've seen, but I got no hair now.
Yeah.
So like, I'll take that off so you can see, like, I don't give a fuck anymore. And it was Joe Rogan, right? Joe Rogan is like, albeit I don't think he's perfect. Okay, I don't think he's God. I don't look at him like, oh my God, he's everything I want to be. But a lot of his ideals have helped me in my life. So obviously taking the plunge to shave my head for the first time was because of him. I was looking at getting a hair transplant because I was like, I'm on YouTube. I don't want people to see this, all this sort of stuff. And he was like, I've had 2 hair transplants. If I could go back and not have them and just fucking shave my head, I'd just fucking shave my head. Shave your fucking head. So then literally I might have got a bit fucked up, like I sometimes do, and enjoying the fruits of the world. And and I was watching his thing and it was like, just shave your fucking head, dude. No one will give a fuck. And I was like,
that's true. Yeah.
I felt like he was talking to me. I felt like he was like talking directly to me. So the next day I went to my barber's and like, he was like, what are we doing today, dude? Sorry, let me just get this headset comfy again. He was
Yeah.
like, what are we doing today? I was like, take it all off. He was like, what? I was like, take the whole fucking lot off. I was like, it will grow back to where it's at now, even if you do take it all off and I don't like it. So just take the fucking lot off. He was like, dude, you've still got great coverage, man, blah, blah, blah. And then after that happened, I found this confidence in myself because I was like, do you know what? I've done the scariest thing to me. My biggest insecurity was my hair. And I was like, I've
Yeah.
always dreamt of doing stand-up comedy. Some of my favorites you might not have heard of are like UK comedians. So we've got like Peter Kay, Lee Evans, Ricky Gervais. You've probably heard of Ricky Gervais, like The Office.
Yeah, that dude's awesome.
Yeah,
that dude is awesome.
If we were to talk about heroes, he is my hero. The fact that he stood at the Golden Globes and basically said, I know you're all friends with Epstein.
That was awesome.
Like,
you guys are all pedophiles. Oh my God, that was so great.
I was
that
like,
was
this
so
guy.
Great, dude.
I feel like, and we're going to go off topic here a little bit, but I feel like Ricky Gervais has something on all of these people. Like, because he's made his success through being him. He hasn't had to bow to people. He got his success and all of his main money from The Office, right? That big first thing that took off for him. And then his comedy from that. Obviously, he was just so like, well, fuck it, I'm rich. I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? It was like, I can just say whatever I want to say. And if people don't like it, they can go fuck themselves. I genuinely believe after all this Epstein stuff's come out that he has something on people. This is why he has not been murdered yet. This is why he hasn't mysteriously died.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he has something ready to go that if anything ever happens to him, he can be like, there we go. That's what's really happening in this world. And that's why he gets to do the Golden Globes and stand up there and be like, I know you're all friends with that Epstein. I know you're all friends. Do you know what I mean? And like,
that's so, oh my God.
So growing up watching these guys and just like idolizing these guys. I never idolized pop stars. I never idolized sports stars. Like, I loved Thierry Henry. For English people, definitely know who Thierry Henry is. He's a big football player for the Arsenal back in the day. And Ian Wright, them two guys I looked up to as footballers, and I was like, I want to be like them. But I was obviously never going to be like them. So with comedy though, I've always been the joker in the family, you know, like I've always,
same.
I've always like done the jokes and like quite quick-witted with my replies. And like, this is why I have so much fun replying to arseholes on YouTube and that, because you can think of something so fast.
Yeah, so
like,
fast.
Bam! And it's like, there you go, Dosh, have that. So I went to do this comedy school and I did really well at this comedy school. Like, I felt really confident. Like, they make you do a gig. You have no choice. You have to do this gig. So I within 5 days of lessons, like every Saturday for 5 weeks, I had to do my first stand-up gig. And it was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done in my life. And to feel nerves again, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but like nothing really makes me nervous. Girls make me nervous.
Yeah.
Don't make me nervous anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, God damn, I'm missing that fucking scared feeling, that feeling of being scared. Getting up on that stage for the first time, that was it. I was like panicking.
Oh my God,
I was
dude,
like,
that sounds like, dude, that's gonna be me, bro.
Yeah, I wrote all of my fucking
God.
my points down on the back of my hand, and I was constantly like checking, like, oh my God, am I getting it? And like, but I got some laughs, mate. And I tell you what, there is nothing more addicting than making people laugh. Because
I love it.
All I wanted to do after that was make people laugh. And that's why I come up with my story time videos on my YouTube channel, where it is literally just me telling a story for 10 minutes, and I try and make them funny but factual, you know, like a joke. Like, that's what I try and do. And they're not as polished as I want. Like, basically, I just freestyle those things. So I literally just have the camera on, and it's just all freestyle. Like, I don't script it or anything. But I think
improv, baby.
Yeah, improv, because improv is my favorite type of comedy. Even in the lessons,
I love
improving. That was my favorite. So you are potentially looking to go into stand-up then?
Yeah, man. Dude, I've been loving stand-up since I was a kid, man. Like, as cliche as it is, like back in like 02, 01, 03, and those 3 years, my brother, my second to oldest brother, would always watch the Chappelle Show. Always.
I saw him live just before lockdown.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we were in a really small gig in London, man. There was like 200 people there. Noel Gallagher from Oasis was sat in front of me. Like, mate, it was the funniest fucking night of my life. That guy is. There is no other way to describe Dave Chappelle other than the word genius. He is a genius.
Oh my God, man. And it's like watching him at a young age, and then like really like, because I've always been like the type to like class clown and be funny and like, but it was never forcefully being, it was just like my mind.
Yeah.
It just, like my mind, like whenever like some traumatizing shit happens to me, I look at it as like, what if somebody's watching this from like space or some shit, watching my life present? I'm like, I can make this shit funny. So like I'm like that's what I'm saying. When I got cheated on in my relationship, I was like, damn, she kind of fucked him up. Like I'm fearing, like I'm not fearing, but I'm like sad for the other guy because he has to find out like damn, bro, like she kind of played you, bro. Like granted, I'm supposed to be the boyfriend at the point, but like she kind of played you because like yeah, she slept with you, but like she comes fuck with me, you know what I mean? Like it's like the way my mind is like I think everything is a fucking joke, and it's like I have so much material like I wrote down, but like I don't know if it's good. Like I just been writing.
Hey,
like,
I tell you what, right? We'll do this. This is obviously being filmed for my podcast, but in the future we could just do like a couple every other week. We could do like writing sessions over Zoom, and just sit with each other and spitball ideas. Like
so
I want to find some like beginner comedy nights in Florida, so I can like try my British sense of humor, but over on the comedy circuit.
Dude, you might kill it.
But it could go either way, couldn't it? Like, because I feel very lucky that I'm not the kind of Brit that's only come over to Florida once or twice. Like, I legit have been coming to Florida since I was a baby. Like, I've spent, I reckon I must have spent out of my whole life. I'm 30. I reckon I've spent a good 2.5 to 3 years on American soil. Like I've just existed.
Oh man,
so I've seen a lot of stuff. I gauged the accent. I gauged the jokes. Some of the stuff you say that other people might be like, "What the fuck does that?" But I'll know what it means. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so funny to me. And like I love Joe Rogan. Like I said, like his comedy cracks me up. Obviously, I don't like saying it publicly, but I smoke weed. So like he's a big stoner. And you hear these jokes about it, and you're like, it's just funny, like
you can relate,
oh my God, like I'd choose a night that over a night out drinking personally. Do you know what I mean? So like that's I love it, and I feel like this comedy, the comedy for me and like for you, I'm so glad to hear it because you can relate to me. If someone said to me, right, you can go and be a professional stand-up comedian for the rest of your life, or you can be a professional YouTuber, I know which route I'd take in a fucking...
Yeah.
I'd be going down that comedy route. It'd mean not as much fame 100%. For the most part. Like, it'd mean not as much money. It'd mean the notoriety is probably not going to be there. You're going to be constantly critiqued for everything you say. But fuck me, the real-life laughter, the energy that it creates, and it...
The energy, man.
It's magical. And I feel like my friend said to me when we were younger, he's like one of these guys that he's a funny dude, naturally funny fucking guy. And he just says like little puns all the time, and he's got little dad jokes here and there. He goes to me, I can remember I was like, I think I was over a girl or something. I was just saying, oh man, this has happened. And he was like, well, you got to laugh or you're going to cry. And I was like, you got to laugh. Fuck yeah, I'd rather laugh than cry. And now I'm going to write some jokes about my previous relationships up next. I'm going to write some jokes like about my trips, and like I definitely want to write some jokes about America. And I want to touch on like race and sexualities and stuff, but not make to me like I hate it when people say I don't see color, because like that's bullshit. Like, because that
is bullshit.
That almost like writes off all the history of everyone's races as well.
Yeah,
I don't allow like color or sexuality to define how I feel about a person. That's the way I see it. I'm like, if you're an asshole, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, you're an asshole. But if you're a cool guy or girl, it doesn't. If you're black, white, you're a cool girl or you're a cool guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you're gay. I don't give a fuck. I literally couldn't give a shit. Like, I don't care who you sleep with. It depends if you're a fucking dick or not. Like, that's how I judge. So I want to like, one thing I want to like, I'll tell you off camera about the joke, because I want to be able to actually write it out as a really funny standalone joke, because I've got the idea for it. And I feel like it could be a banger, but I also feel like it could also put me in the bad books of a lot of people. But it's one of those jokes I feel like it would be really funny if I can nail it. So I'm going to have to spitball some ideas at you. But you're tempted for it then, yeah?
Yeah, man. Like, oh, man. I really... I don't know. I feel like I'll probably do it this year for like my birthday or something. Like, fuck it. What else I got to lose? I'll be 25. Oh, whatever. It is what it is. I think it's... Because, like, man, it's just... I just love the improv. Like, I improv so much shit, like, now. Like, my videos are all improv. I don't write shit. I don't, like...
You're the same as me. All improv. It's funnier that way.
That's what... It's better. So, it's like, if people are naturally good at improv, like, I can shoot a whole skit, like a funny skit, all improv. And the shit's fucking hilarious. Because it's real shit. So, like, I'll catch myself having, like, I'll go on Facebook, scroll through. And, like, there was this one joke. okay, I ain't gonna say it because maybe somebody gonna watch it and fucking steal it and become
Yeah,
famous off it. But I'll
don't
tell
give
you after.
away.
It's so funny. I'm like, so it's like, I know, like, I have to find out. Like, I just have to do. I just literally have to go to like the comedy thing and just do it. Like, see what's up. How my mannerisms gonna be. How I'm gonna deliver it. How I like. You know what I mean? I just gotta get out there and do it. But that's been comedy, like acting. Comedy has been like that's my true passion. I just love. Like, it just, when it comes to like video shit, I just love creating video. I love the editing. I love like seeing like, I love sitting like on my computer just watching this one clip back to back, back to back, back to back.
How can I make that funnier? How can I make that funnier?
Yeah.
How can I edit this to make this funny?
Yeah.
That's what I'm always like, cut this bit out. Oh no, it was funny with that in. Oh no, you know, like I've just edited my newest Ute video and me and Peck just joke around in it so much for like the first few minutes. And it like cracks me up so much. I might even show you a bit of it to see what you think of it like afterwards, because I can share screen on here. It's just, if we were to put my passions in order, and I think you're probably going to be the same, like cars were always my passion until I grew up and found comedy. And then it was like, okay, comedy is now my number one. And then it was always like, I just enjoy watching comedy, but I'll always be the joker with my friends or with my mom and dad or like with girls. I'll always try and make them laugh. And it's like, it was cool, but I never had the bottle or the get up and go, I think the problem was, like, for me, 621 took off. My brand took off and it was making me money, like big money. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just do this. I got comfortable. I got complacent.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I then went from making sure 621 was my main goal to, I want to get fucking laid. So let's make girls now my main goal. Like my cars, I want to fuck. You know, I just want to go out and meet girls. But then it was like, okay, well, girls don't scare me anymore. I can approach anyone. You know, I can approach the prettiest girl in the room and I'll say something funny or I'll do something, you know, she'll notice me. Like there's tricks to it. There's ways to make, you know, you stand up. Then it was like, right, I need to keep pushing myself because I do not want to just become a fat white bald guy. Like I was like, I have to keep pushing myself. And like, I think that when I went to that comedy thing, not only did it mean I had to go to London all the time, so it meant I was in a city, which I live in a little village, man. Do you know what I mean? Like there's like maybe like 3,000 people that live here max. Do you know what I mean? So like I live in a very small community. So I was going to London every week. I was going through the breakup with this girl while we were doing it at the start in November. And I had to learn to bottle that up and focus on something else for a few hours.
Yeah,
you know, and that was important to me because it meant so much to me that I wasn't wasting my time with this professional comedian. I was like, I need to absorb everything, so I will deal with her shit after this. Does that make sense? And like that's where like really allowed me to focus on that. And then just when you start getting some laughs to your stories and your jokes and you're like, oh, that one worked. Okay, cool. Like, I can do this. Like, and like the laughter, when you get some people laughing so hard, you have to stop your joke so they can calm their laughter down. That's when you can kind of take a deep breath and be like, I'm fucking smashing this, man. But on the flip side, the last gig I did was once again, so me and that girl broke up, we got back together and then she broke up with me again. The next gig I did went really well, and it was down at a pub in Dover. So it was like quite out of the way. Like I did it like really cool. The third gig though was the one that happened just before lockdown in the UK, and this was just when I was going through the withdrawal part of the relationship, and I couldn't think of anything else other than that bullshit and like how upset I was. And I went to this gig, and it's called what we call here a bringer gig. So at the smaller clubs, you have to bring someone so you are the comedian. You have to bring at least one guest for the audience or you can't perform because all the audience is basically made up of the comedian's guests. So I found that really difficult because I was going into a city surrounded by a lot of younger people. Like at this gig I had, there was a couple of uni students there that had brought all their uni friends down that were only there to see them. And then they had a professional comedian come on midway through the sets, do his set, and then they called me up afterwards. So this guy killed it for 5 minutes and he was the funniest fucking guy up there. And I literally went on the stage and moved the mic, got the mic in my hand, and I was like, how the fuck do I follow this? That was how I opened. I was like, how the fuck do I make any of you laugh after this fucking dickhead over here has just come and done his set? I was like, fucking hell. And then I messed up one of the words. So no one else knows you've messed up the word because no one's heard your gig. But I knew it. And I was like, oh, it's not as funny how I've just said it. Fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it just kind of went down and that. And everyone laughed and they gave me a big clap at the end. but not everyone laughed. Like the most people laughed, obviously. And I was like, okay, this is not going as well as the other gigs have gone. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I come off stage and I was a bit like, meh. You know, like,
the fact that you did it, man, that's just fucking dope that you did it, man. It's like, yes.
But I was in
like,
a really bad
man.
headspace at the time. I hadn't nailed the joke down. I didn't believe in the joke that much anymore. Like, I really believed in that joke at the beginning, but then the more I told it, the more I was like, I can definitely make this funnier. I definitely need to add a few more punchlines in here and there. And I was like, oh God, I'm only doing this because like my mate was on that gig at that time, so I booked on it as well. But like once this Corona stuff fucks off, like I really hope it happens in the next 6 months, so everything can really start getting back to normal. Like comedy is going to be the one thing I really focus on. Like I'm focusing on it now. I keep in touch with one of the guys really close, like from our course, and we're going to meet up, play golf soon, and have a little back and forth about all that sort of stuff and jokes, and like we're going to do some writing together. And he's invited me up to London to stay with him while we write and stuff, like because
that's gonna be
like,
dope, dude.
He's an American guy as well. He's Pete fucking Johnson, man. He loves beer, Budweiser, titties, and something else. I can't remember how he opened his joke. He's so fucking funny though, man. Like he is fucking so funny. And like I think not only will it do your mental health great because you're out pushing yourself, you'll meet new people, which is the best thing about everything. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's very much true, man. And that's so true.
Yeah, and this is why I don't stress out about girls anymore. I used to stress out about girls the whole fucking time. For me,
me
having
too,
a girl
dude.
around was like,
oh my God.
If I didn't have a girl, I was like, oh fuck, what people gonna see me? Like, I've got to fucking get a bird. Like, I've got to find a girl. But now I can go. I don't need a fucking girl. I'm just looking forward to going again in my car, driving in my cars. I'm looking forward to going making videos. I'm looking forward to writing some jokes and making some new people laugh because you never know who you're gonna meet along the way. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about it. I'm so excited that you said that you fucking. I'm so excited you want to go stand up and go. Who are your favorite comedians?
Okay, so obviously we got Dave Chappelle, and then we got Chris Rock. I really fuck with Chris. I love Chris Rock's delivery, and then the late and great Patrice O'Neal. Oh my God, I love that dude. I've been watching a lot of Andrew Schultz shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
His crowd work. Oh. Love that dude is fucking funny. Who else I've been really like? Oh man, this dude. Who else, man? Who else really like gets me? Like, damn, this dude's fucking funny.
What do you think? I'm gonna put a name out there that I think gets discredited for how funny he truly is because he's Hollywood now, which is Kevin Hart. Dude, Kevin Hart.
Kevin
Hart. His delivery funny as fuck. Like, we're not just talking like. There is a reason that he sells out arenas. We're not just talking like little comedy clubs. We're saying 60 to 100,000 tickets a night. And he's selling this fucking shit out. And that's not just because he's in movies, but he has got the jokes to back it up. I was watching the other day a thing about the NBA and how him and the NBA have like an ongoing jokey beef. And every time he wins because he has the jokes. Does that make sense? Like, they can try and like bug on him and mess on him and make him look fucking stupid. But because he has a comedy mind and he is so fucking funny, he can turn it around in, you know, they might be like, have like 5 guys against him and they're like, making a short joke or they're saying something, you know, they're saying something to try and put him down. And then he'll go, all right. But goddamn, dude, you fucking, and then almost all of a sudden he's like, bah, 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 and he kills all 5 of them in like 1 second. And you're like, that is why he is the funniest guy in the room.
Yeah.
You know, like he come up with Joe Rogan and all them lot. You know, it just so happens that he worked the hardest in Hollywood, in movies and in TV, and he went down that route. And because
work ethic, man.
Yeah, and like, but Joe Rogan has been equally as successful, but in a different way. Like, he has sold his podcast broadcasting rights. Now, to anybody listening, hopefully you're still listening. We've been talking for ages, but I feel like the conversation's been great. So for people that don't understand what Joe Rogan's managed to do, this is genius. Like, in a business sense, in a comedian sense, in everything. He has only sold the broadcasting rights to his podcast to Spotify for $100 million. Okay. And that's just the broadcasting rights. So he'll still make all the money off the ads. He still retains 100% ownership of his podcast. So once that deal is done, he can go somewhere else and be like, do you want my podcast or not? It is, to me,
That's
that is a
crazy,
lesson.
dude.
That is a fucking lesson. And this is something I've stood by forever because I started YouTube probably around the same sort of time that you did, like where networks would approach you and be like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
let us
yeah,
sign you
yeah,
up. Let us sign you up. And
yeah,
we'll take a little bit of what you do, but you'll get
yeah.
paid. Like, I was like, I always said, and I've turned down people trying to buy it at 621. I've always said, no, I am the 100% owner of what I do. You are not having a say in what I do ever to anyone. If you want to
Yep.
pay me to be on board with your stuff, sweet. But I'm not going to change who I am. So that was one thing that I had to sit down with one of my sponsors and say, Ironhell, who were very understanding. They came to me and they said, look, we're not going to monetize help you, but we're going to give you all these tools. But in return, they were like, what do you want from us? And I said, I never want you to try and get in the way of my creativity. I'm not going to stop swearing. I'm not going to stop being an arsehole to peck. Like, I'm not going to stop because these are all what happens in the videos. And if we start
Yeah,
changing
yeah.
just for a few tools, then where does my loyalty lie? Where does my ethics lie?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Exactly,
how can
bro.
anyone believe in what I say if I'm willing to change for a few quid? Like, nah, I'm going to propel myself to a level where I can demand what I want.
Exactly.
I'm very happy and I'm very lucky. I'm not putting past that I have a job within the family business that allows me this freedom to do that as such a small creator. But at the same time, I would be like this without that as well, because I wouldn't want to get rid of my integrity. I think integrity as a person is the most important thing.
So important, man. And like when people when people lose sight of that, everything around them changes. Like with me, when I started getting my YouTube fame shit going up, and now getting all these numbers and these big payouts, I just still say, I'm like, wow, like, because I feel like this shit was destined to happen. Like, knowing me as a person, my personality, I was built for this. So like, I never had to change, or like I never had to like be somebody I'm not. Like, the reason why I have the sponsors I have is because of who I am. I never had to like be cookie cutter and all this bullshit. It's like, no, they respect me as they know I know how to do business. I know how to bring this company money. I know how to brand this company to where like they're reaching now the urban community, because like I'm like a face for that in the Honda community here in Florida. It's like, oh, you think of Honda, black Honda YouTubers, I'm the first one to come to mind, because I'm like the only one that has this huge platform that's black, that's into the whole JDM Honda shit, preferably just Honda stuff. And like, when you watch my stuff, it's like you're not getting some like, oh my god, like, hello everybody, like some like, oh, we can't say that bad word, we're not gonna get monetized, or here's our new sponsor. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I only take on sponsorships that I know that's gonna either help the channel in the sense where like it just further my creativity with a part that's needed, or like if it doesn't, then I'm not gonna take it, no matter how much the money it is, even if I need the money or not. It's just like, I don't want to like give people like that thing of like just outing myself just to make an extra couple of dollars.
I did it once, and I still believed in the product, but I don't ever normally do full videos for sponsorships. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I used to do that. Yep, I used to. Yep.
So I did one, and it was for this company called Carly, and I really appreciate them sponsoring the video. I'm not going to lie, they only gave me 250 quid, so it wasn't like a big payout or anything. But the whole video was all about their little like OBD reader thing for BMWs, you know. Like,
okay.
And there's like an app where you can like fuck with your car. Now, I also do not believe that someone with my IQ should be allowed this, because if I can fuck with the ECU on a car that's worth £30,000, what? Why the fuck am I being given this right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I could fry this fucking thing. So I even said in the video, I was like, look, if you're like me and don't know what you're doing, go to a fucking tuner. Go to someone that knows what they're doing. I said, so what I'm going to use this app for is I'm going to use it to see if my car's been clocked. And when I realized I was going to do a video like that, I was like, oh my God, I hope my car has not been fucking clocked. You know what I mean? I was like, actually going to do it. But I was like, yeah, we'll do it all. So I did it all. And thankfully, my car had genuine mileage. And I was like, thank fuck for that. You know, like, cool. It's fine. But that was the only time I did it. And like, people were like, oh, fucking hell, you're a sellout. I was like, bro, they paid me 250 quid to talk about something that was pretty cool. Like, how can I argue?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn that down, am I? It's £250. Like, a pound is hard to earn. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
So
I told them fuck themselves, dude.
yeah.
Like, you're just mad because you're not doing it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's just
I've
like,
got a few sponsors on board
oh
as well that
God.
aren't car related now. Like, I've got one called Y Food that do like, I'm gonna actually have one for dinner. I haven't eaten yet tonight, so I'm just gonna have one. But the thing is, I use their product now and I like it. So I'm like, yo, this stuff's
Yeah.
good. So you should probably try this as well. But you can get 10% off with my code. And I've had
Yeah.
Skillshare want to sponsor for
Oh
my
wow,
videos. Yeah.
Skillshare, holy shit.
Yeah, so like that's fucking cool because I'm like, I use Skillshare, I use that shit. This is cool. Like so like it's fun like to be able to say that sort of stuff. And like I was just like, do you know what? It's dope. It's dope. So why not? Like so.
Yeah, that's true.
Like so like you're a lot. I noticed because I do watch your videos. Like a lot of your sponsors are obviously car-based companies that offer you stuff. So that's cool for you. Like makes it much easier as a creator to include that in your videos if that's what you do anyway, you know. So
and then sometimes I'll get like companies of like the company Scentbird. They will like send me like these little colognes and a thing, and they'll pay me like $500 to like do like an integration video. Mm-hmm. So like, or like this extra wallet company.
Oh yeah, they sponsored me. They sponsored me before,
dude. Yeah. I love it. This wallet is so sick, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I get products that's not correlated, but I can use it in everyday life, I promote the fuck out of it. Yeah, I know. I'm like, it works. Like oh, man, and I make sure I kill those promos. I make sure I make sure I kill it.
I had one I think you would love. I had one a massive deal. It was the most money I've ever made on YouTube. I'm not going to say how much because it's fucking ridiculous, and I don't think it'll ever happen again. But I took it. I was like, fuck yeah. But Casio come on board with me, the watch company Casio.
What?
Yeah, I was like that too.
I had one of those.
Yeah, me too. So their agency got in touch with me and said, like, you need to sign an NDA, but it's a Japanese tech company. And I was like, all right, well, Japanese, I do Japanese cars, that works. Let's fucking just go for it. And they were like, yeah, it's Casio. They want to present a watch. And I was like, right. And they're like, what are your rates? And I'm not dumb. Okay. I might not be booked up, but I'm not dumb. So I replied, because I always reply this and this is going out to any potential up and coming YouTubers. If a company gets in touch with you and say, what are your rates? Say, what rates do you offer? Because especially if it's a company like Casio, motherfucker, they're rich. But Casio have got money, right? Money. Casio are fucking rich. So I was like, they're going to, I charge like for a base, I charge like $250. For like a little integration in a video because I know what views I get. I'm not ridiculous. I'm just like $250. I think it's fair. Then I normally agree a lower price for most of them if they're going to do more than one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. Well, Casio come in and offer me all of this money, and I was like, "What do you want me to do?" And they were like, "Well, just you've got complete creative freedom with this." And I was like, "All right, I'll go on a track day." And they were like, "Okay, cool. Send us the invoice, and we'll pay for that as well." And I was like, "What?" I was like, all right, sound as fuck. So I wanted to take my Civic, but the Civic wasn't ready. So I had to take the BMW in the end that I had at the time. And the video did okay. It only got like 7,000 views. But I was like, I can't believe they're paying me all this money for this. And they were like, yeah, we're really happy with it. They're really happy with all the codes. But can you please take out some of the videos where you're talking about the watch? And I was like, but you're paying me to wear this. And they were like, yeah, just wear it. We don't even want you to talk about it. And I was like, what? And I was like, and I was like, they were like, all we need you to do is say that we've sponsored the video to stay in line with the legalities of it, but then just wear it throughout the video. And I was like,
oh my God.
And I got to go on a track day that I would love. I loved it.
What?
All I had to do was wear a watch. I know it was crazy, but I've never had them come back. Like, I think they obviously overpaid me massively. And I think they know that now. But I'm fuck it, man. Like that money helped me out a lot. Like I think, like I am, as you know, I have some very nice stuff, but I'm still a regular dude that has a mortgage to pay. And I could be earning double what I'm earning now, and I still wouldn't be able to be too flashy. I wouldn't be allowed a Ferrari or anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that was really nice. And like you say, you've got like hybrid racing. Do you want to give your sponsors a shout out at all right now? Because I know it's like hybrid.
Hybrid racing is like the biggest sponsor. That they took me all over the world. Well, all over the United States.
Can you do me a favor as well? Can you do me a favor with them? Can you apologize to them again for me? Because I had like them lined up to like sponsor one of my builds. And then the engine I got supplied was fucked. It turned out I got scammed on the engine. So that put me back massively out of pocket. And then I was like, I just I can't do it. So I had to then say no.
Yeah.
And I just never heard from him again. And obviously, like, I love their brand. I love
Oh
their
yeah, David. Yeah,
like,
I'll talk to David. David knows it's cool. He
yeah,
just
like
kept
it
moving.
wasn't
Yeah,
on me,
that's all.
honestly. Like I do take responsibility for it, and I even did a video saying I'm sorry, hybrid racing, like, you know, like, because I felt so bad because they ordered in extra bits for me. Hopefully they got to just return it, you know, because I didn't pay anything. Like, hopefully they just returned it and didn't. I just feel bad because I hate not sticking to my word, and that was one of these cases where I couldn't financially stick to my
Yeah.
word on it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that happens, dude. That, yeah, I got you. Don't
yeah.
stress about that. I got you. Yeah, like, so yeah, hybrids, like, yeah, they took me in like family, man. Being hybrids ever first real like ambassador type sponsor. It was just like, it was amazing. And so like, yeah, they're always got me secure if I ever need anything. And then you got Action Clutch, which like they paid me monthly for people using my code. That's the only company that ever paid me. Like, Action Clutch is the only company that pays me for my referral code and like discount codes and all that shit. It's so amazing. Then I got JB Tune for my fuel. Shout out to JB Tune. I love that dude. He always got my back, whether it's fuel, clutch line related. Like, that guy's like, that dude's the GOAT. I have function inform for my coilover suspension. What else? I think it's like most of my. I got Hawk Performance for brake pads and all that stuff.
The dude that painted your car as well. Are you still cool with him?
Yeah, I'm still cool with Bodie Vision. Yeah, Bodie Vision. He's doing some crazy shit right now with the 88.
He was really. He actually left a comment on one of them posts. I think it was Honda Bro Jason or whatever, and he was actually supportive of my build. He was like, "Yo, this is dope." And I was like, yeah, because real recognizes real. Like, this guy's a creative. He knows where this is gonna go. This car,
yeah,
you know what
I mean,
like,
he took his 88 Honda Accord and LS swapped it and did this whole crazy Bodie Vision right now is the go-to guy to watch on YouTube. Like, his build of this 88 Accord that looks like a damn 8086 has an LS1 in it. He fabricated it. Like, this build is like, oh, dude, it's amazing how this guy is. He's my age. He's 24, and he's so damn creative.
It's like, how did
you do this shit? Like, it's nuts. It's so nuts. So yeah, he painted the car. That dude is something else, man. Shout out to Adam, man. His name's Adam too.
Good name.
I feel like all the greats on YouTube are named Adam. Fucking, like, shit.
I need to get myself up there.
You are up there. Shit.
One day, man. One day. I just, you know, I feel like if I can. For me, it's going to be important getting my car to Florida. I feel like that could be a big. This is why I've never quit, because I believe you've got to be in it to win it. And what's going on now, you know, that right now, obviously, well, if you look back a couple of years, like, Jake Paul was like one of the biggest creators on the site, like, absolute. But now he's a fucking joke. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If I don't even want to meet Jake Paul. Do you know what I mean? Like, Logan Paul, on the other hand, I think is killing it. Like, he's a fucking funny dude. So like, I look at that and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you obviously have a few people that have been at the top forever. KSI is one of them over here.
Yeah, KSI. Yep.
But like, you know, you've got people like Ray William Johnson used to get 5 million views a video, now can't pull 2,000. Do you know what I mean? And
it's crazy, dude.
So I try and like, always think that even though it's not banging for me now, I'm still not doing shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm still not like struggling. I'm just not where I want to be. So I'm like, I've got to think of ideas to get to where I want to be. You know, obviously, like, I'd love to financially do it, but I was like, you know, this is why I've separated all my channels as well. This is why I'm no longer putting my podcast on my main channel, because I was like, I've got 60,000 subs on there, but realistically, how many are there for the podcast? So that bad video might damage the rest of how all of my other ones go out.
So
I was like, I'll just put them on a podcast channel. And I was doing like car reviews. I get a lot of dealers now message me going, do you want to come and review some of the cars we've got? And I'm like, well, yeah, I do. But it's going to go on another channel, so it's probably not going to get many views. And they're like, well, why can't you put it on your main channel? I'm like, because it's not going to get many views. My audience don't give a fuck about a Range Rover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I've got to go, I will drive your Range Rover and I'll do a review for you and I won't charge you any money, but it's going to go on my Adam Reviews car channel that might only get 300, 400 views on that video. But I need to build that channel up. So, do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to build like all these channels that can sustain themselves and keep the Adam Ivell one like as my Zosh, you know, like my main. Whereas like all the others, I literally upload a video and I don't even look at it again. I'll go through the comments to reply to comments if I need to, but I don't care about the channel. I don't care about the views, the numbers. I just upload there because I'm passionate about making videos, which I'm sure you're the same. You know, it's like the
same.
So I feel like if we were passionate about views, me and you could sit here and spitball ideas on how to get a banger of a video.
Yeah, I mean,
easy. It's just
I knew it. Yeah, it wouldn't be even hard too. Like I know the formula to do it, but that requires me like it wouldn't sit right with myself to do
selling
it.
your
Like
soul.
I'd rather be it's like it wouldn't sit right. Like I could easily like fucking just like milk this shit like it's nothing, but it's like it won't be right. Like I don't want to get hate attached to views. Like that's not what I want to do. Like I want to just create content that I do. If you like it, you like it. You don't, all right, cool. It is what it is. So it's like I know that me playing the long game in the sense of just being organic and offering genuine quality, the right people is gonna find a channel and they're gonna tell their friends, and it's gonna be like a trickle down effect. We're just gonna like I'm gonna start getting 25,000 views a video, 30,000 views a video, 40,000, and I'm still being the same person creating the same content, just different, different type of content being created, but it's still the same great genuine Percy, great genuine dude. That's all it is, and like that's what I'm more like just excited for. Just like playing the long game. Like it sucks though, because like you see other people making these like wanky ass videos, and you're like, how the fuck is this getting views? Like what the? But it's like how the fuck? And it's like it doesn't make sense. But like that used to like throw me off my game. I'm like, how the fuck is this what people are watching? This man's getting 70,000 views in the first like 8 hours. Like I don't get that shit in the first month. How the fuck? And it's just like I don't like. It's just like it's not my time yet. Just keep putting in the work, and the universe will deliver what you seek. You just gotta keep going for it.
But when you do make it and you're big, everyone will be like, "Oh, you haven't deserved. You're big. You fucking think you fucking." You're like, "Hang on a minute. I've been fucking grinding for 10 years to get here, bro."
Yeah.
Imagine, like for me, I think this could happen over the next. Like for me, I hope. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but I just want like 10 to 15,000 views a video. I don't want the world from it. Like if I could just get 10 to 15,000 views a video, like every time, I'd be so happy. Like I'd just be like, fucking cool. 10 to 15,000 views a video. I'm happy. Double figures. It's just an ego thing. Being in the
it's an ego thing. Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So like when my videos like are like leveling out, so it goes through spells. Like it goes from getting like 15 to 20,000 views a video, and then it drops down to like 7, 6, 5. And I'm like, where's everyone gone?
Right.
And like, I thought this Ute video thing was going to bang. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought the Ute video was going to bang, but that's like leveled out. Like one's got like 6,900 views and the other's got 5,200. And I was like, oh. And then a video of me painting my wheels pink has got 9,000 views nearly. And I'm like,
dude, it's so hard. It's like, it's so hard to figure out what, like you got this, like I'm saying, like it's always like when videos that I think are not going to do good, they do good. Videos that like I want to do good, they do mediocre, like whatever, And it's like it doesn't matter. Like god damn, why is it so backwards for me?
Yeah.
Apparently you too. It doesn't like what the hell.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's fucking bizarre. But I know what works on my channel. But the problem is I don't want to do that. Like I know that modified car reviews bang on my channel. If you go through my like most viewed, it's a weird car review, then a modified car, then a modified car, and then 2 of those videos of me on the Kanjo and my old DC5. Then it's a modified car, modified car, modified car, modified car, all reviews, a modified car review, modified car review. I don't want to go around the country chasing other people's cars. I want to document my builds like a diary, right? So that's why I'm like, dude. Okay, I will make this Adam Review Car channel and I'll just upload all the videos to that and see how they go. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever, man. Like, it's like got to that point where I'm like, whatever.
It is what it. Yeah, dude. That exactly.
So yeah, right. Zosh, where can the people find you when they want to search for you after this wonderful podcast? I think it's actually been fantastic. So thank you so much.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, I fucking loved it. You can find me on Instagram. Just type in Zosh. My actual Instagram handle is Percy Mescudi, but I get that's a long ass fucking name. So if you just type in Zosh on any social network, the first name, I should be the first thing to pop up. I just got to get verified with that name and I'll be fucking amazing. But yeah, just type in Zosh, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, fucking black.com, wherever you want to find me. Just type in Zosh, baby, and I'm there. Come say what up and chill with your boy.
Well, thank you so much, dude,
man.
for hanging out
for
tonight.
inviting me on this, man.
Anytime, dude. We'll definitely be doing more of these. Now I know you want to go into stand-up comedy.
Baby,
we'll just talk comedy for an hour and a half and just have
I can
some
do like
fun.
talk about my first time experience and getting fucking booed off stage and crying in the car. I want to fucking jump off a bridge and fucking slip my wrist. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm down.
Yeah, man. We'll have a lot of fun. And when I'm eventually back over in Florida, we'll definitely do some collabs. So people need to check out the channels and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I'm down for that.
And if I can get this
K24 monster now, baby. It's different now.
Oh, hell yeah. And if I get the Sylvia out over there, we'll go do some drifting. I'll drag you along. And
yeah, you'll be the first time I ever went drifting. It'll be with you. I never done it before.
Sick. You'll get addicted. Dope. So be ready.
I know. I already know, man. I already know, dog.
Dude, I used to be the biggest fucking Honda guy in the world. I used to be like, drifting's fucking gay. I don't want nothing to do with drifting. It's fucking gay. And then I went drifting once, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm gay then because I want to do drifting. Yeah. I was like, maybe this is for me. I decided this is legal. God, I remember being there. I was like, this is just fucking legal. So Zosh, thank you so much, my friend. We're going to end the podcast.
Hey, of course, man. Of course.
Everyone that's been listening, been watching, God knows how long it's taken you to listen through this because we've been talking for hours and it's been wicked. And yeah, hopefully you'll hit subscribe or hit follow on whatever platform you're watching or listening to us on. And yeah, let me know down below who you want to hear from next. But Zosh, legend, thank you so much, man. And thank everybody else.
Of course.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.